We are live. Okay, so hello everybody and welcome to Fey Earth. My name is Neil. I am the designer, creator, have whatever of Fey Earth and our narrator for tonight. And this is a TTRPG set in an alternate 19th century Earth where all the creatures from folklore and fairy tale are real, have always been real, and live alongside humanity. Our game is specifically set in the Auvergne region of France, in central France. It's approximately 6 months since a pretty serious war in which the nations of France and Prussia allied themselves to attack the Fey Kingdom of Arcadia, which is nestled between the two countries, after the King of Arcadia had died of natural causes of old age. He was an elf, he was very old, but even elves in this world can die of old age, unless they're maybe living in the Fey realm. But anyway, um, the Fae won, and France is recovering from this. Our heroes had just had a pretty tough battle, but I am going to invite one of our players to give us a recap of our last session.
I will go again, if that's okay. So last session, we luckily didn't bump into Masande again. And we were kind of running around. I got lost. Aminata got lost and ended up in the Fey realm for like a few seconds. But jeez, the fear was so real. We had Mina and Sylvia kind of running around trying to keep Justine and her brother Jean safe while also being concerned about us. Gwen managed to nip into the cottage, steal the Book of Shadows, set fire, like, do some arsony, as we all expected, and managed to make their way back and had to essentially give away a very precious memory to the dryad in the forest to be led to safety, or I suppose to be led safely back to us. And the memory they gave away was their first time with, I think it was the spice merchant's daughter. Yeah, spice merchant's daughter. And yeah, it was a very bittersweet moment, and it felt like her heart was literally being pulled through her throat. Oh yes, and Aminata met a fawn called Costas, who was very unashamed of himself, and has a date.
Okay.
Very good.
Right, so you get a 1d8 inspiration die that you can use for any one ability roll throughout the evening. Okay, so you are all at the edge of the forest. You're on the road now, back home to Cherville, reunited. Justine and Jan were a bit ahead of you all, but you have all effectively caught up with each other. Okay, it is quite late. You're not quite sure exactly what time it is, but it is quite late. It's easily probably 10 o'clock, maybe half 10. You're not entirely sure. It's hard to know. Which means by the time you get back to Cherville, back to the inn, everybody will be gone. It'll well have been last orders. The innkeepers, they know not to like necessarily fully lock up, if you know what I mean. In the evening, like the front door will be left open basically for you to get in, because people don't really lock their doors, you know. So that shouldn't be an issue. What's the plan? Do you want to just head straight back to Cherville? Do you want to go back into the forest? Maybe go foraging for.
Fuck no.
Why? Why would we go back there so quickly?
Run away.
Maybe you
Go
want to
back.
forage to make healing tinctures. I don't know.
I don't know. Fuck
Do
off.
that
No,
other
I'm
day.
going. I'm
Do
going.
it in a couple. Mina, you got injured again, and Aminata, are you okay? I have a little bit of power left I can use to heal you.
Uh, deal with Mina first, because obviously looking at Mina,
I'm
they're
fine.
very nasty.
I got healed like
Gwyn did
Oh, yeah,
heal.
true,
Gwen
actually.
healed me last time,
Yeah.
so I'm back up to like
So,
not
Aminata, I can
full,
heal
but
you
I'm
as
fine.
well.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
I think just some rest. Some rest will probably do quite a lot of good. I wasn't hit that badly.
Well, let me just give you. I'll do 2. Healing tether.
Healing tether for 2 mana, yeah?
I will do 4 mana.
Okay, cool.
Hold on. I'll do 4 mana.
So 2d6 plus 4.
That is a 6 and a 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points. That's not much, but
I am back full.
Cool.
Amazing.
Super. Alright.
Does anyone else need healing?
How about you, Sylvia?
Oh, I did get hit a little, but
Oh, Sylvia. Okay, I'll do the same again. 2. Jesus.
it's only a third of my grit
that's
gone.
worse
I'm
that
fine.
time.
I'm not too bad.
Oh shit, that was only a 3 and a 1 plus 4 is 8 points. Sorry, that wasn't great.
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, a full night's rest, I will be fine.
Be
Don't
fine.
worry.
Yeah, this is just to get us home safely.
You head back to Sylvia, yes?
Yeah.
On the way along, as you're traveling, Justine tells you all that what she plans to do is tomorrow morning, basically, as soon as they've had breakfast, she's going to travel with Jan to Lyon to get him on a train back to Paris, and from there he can get home.
Of course.
So
Yeah.
it'll be a couple of days for her to get there, and then obviously she says she'll be there.
I'd say they've a lot to catch up on. So
Yeah,
of course.
well, it's like I think her primary concern is to get her brother as far away from the elf Melisande as possible. So she'll be gone a couple of days. I think you said it's approximately 2 days travel from Seville to Lyon. I think approximately that.
So it'll be 4 days.
Yeah,
Okay.
so about that, okay. But that's what she says she's planning on doing.
Okay.
Actually, I think in that case, could you perhaps you could leave Piotr with me, and when I am strong enough, I could try to free him. Or are you likely to meet another spellcaster powerful enough?
Well, you currently do you have the remove curse spell?
Not yet, but
Okay. Sorry, just the way you were phrasing that.
Sorry, I don't want to talk in game mechanics.
No, I mean, I think currently, Sylvia, you actually physically are carrying Piotr, or was it Gwyn who had Piotr?
No, I gave him to...
No, we gave him to...
I gave him to Jan.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes.
animals.
Yeah, look after him.
Well, yeah. So, sorry, I misremembered that. Okay, so then Jan gives the wooden marionette with no strings that was once a former lover of Melisande to you, Sylvia.
Then I am strong enough. I will break the curse.
Okay.
But it won't be for a while.
That's okay. And these two, I had to take them with me. I couldn't bear, if they are sentient, to think of them just sitting there for however long.
Forever. Makes sense.
So Gwyn
Oh,
has
the animals.
the animals.
Well, Moraine did say that she had a collection, and she's obviously kept collecting, and
I mean, these were all I could find. I don't think there were any more in the cottage. I hope there was no more anywhere else, but if we can free them all, that would be great someday. When you
yeah, it's going to take me time.
of course, I think it would be pretty powerful magic.
If it was asked by Moraine, it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot of power. So
We'll get
there.
Yeah.
I hate
hope for them.
I hate the idea of somebody being imprisoned in such a way, you know.
Do you think they actually do you think their minds are still, or do you think they're complete bullshit? Or do you actually think their minds are still there?
I hope that they are just frozen, but in case they are not, Piotr, as I said, I will free you. So please just try to hang on a little bit longer. Oh, she's just gonna
It's a
put you in
terrible
a...
thought.
And I just pet the little wooden animal. I'm already attached.
Oh, Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
it's your little bunny. I don't know
Right.
what are they actually, Neil?
There's a dog, there's a tatzelworm, and a bird.
No, it wasn't a tatzelworm. It was a Wolpertinger.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
wait, what's that?
Wolpertinger, it's the crazy bunny creature.
It's the
Oh,
bunny with the antlers and the vampire fangs.
They were a type of cryptid.
And bat wings.
They were a type of cryptid that was found in 19th century Germany, and they were a rabbit with wings, with tiny little deer-like antlers, and also depicted as having elongated canines.
Adorable.
Yes.
Okay.
Like they're like historically, taxidermists used to sew together
Make them,
various
yeah.
body parts to make stuffed versions of this to sell to collectors. So,
Could be creepy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So right. So you make your way back to Cheville uneventfully. There's no fairy dances or anything along the fields or any creatures jumping out of the shadows to disturb you or anything like that. So you make your way back. As I said, it is getting quite late. Or it is quite late when you get back. Most of the town, the village, has gone to sleep. There's a small little oil lamp lit in the window of the inn. The innkeepers at this stage, like, they've gotten kind of used to you all. You know, so the Aubers, they've gotten kind of used to this strange group of adventuring women, and yeah. So when you get there, back into the common room, Jan looks around at you all and asks about rooms, and you guys know there's 2 rooms in the place, and you're using the 2 of them. So he says, right, well, I tell you what, that fireplace, and the fire has been banked slightly, so there's still some glowing embers, and he says, that looks pretty comfortable to me. You know, I was a soldier. I will get comfortable here, and yes.
Yeah, it has 4 walls and even a roof over it, so it's definitely better than...
Okay, sorry for a moment there.
It's definitely better than, you know.
However, I'd be a bit concerned of yourself being down here alone.
The cadet.
No, not the cadet. We all know that Mesande was in the village. So what's to say she does not know about our whereabouts, where we're staying, and if she happens to come by, sees John by himself in the, by the fire, she will just potentially take him again. Whereas if I vacate my space and maybe share with the rest of you, and as well as Gwen, Justine and Jean could have the room to themselves. They're siblings. They must be very used to sharing spaces together as it is.
Well, you say that Jan does point out, like that. Well, I understand what you're saying, but she was quite badly injured in that fight by your friend pointing at Mina. So I would not be expecting her to appear today.
It is still better to be safe than sorry. I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a good idea. You can check with you 2 can check with us. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and I have one more thing to do before we go to bed, and I'll take the poppets out. So there was 4.5 poppets?
I think I said there was 3.5 poppets.
3.5 poppets. Can anyone identify their hair?
She didn't come near me to
No,
get any.
I don't know who these are for, but I think I should burn them all. One is me and one is Jan.
Jan and says, like, is this what I think it is?
Who?
Jan says, is this what I think it is?
About what?
The poppets.
Oh yes, I think this is how she was controlling us. Yeah, and it's folk magic.
So I'm assuming that the other one was Piotr.
Oh, of course. Oh, I didn't think of that. Makes sense she would keep it. Yeah, of course. Well, I don't think it would do them any harm if I burnt it now. So what do you think, Jan? Should I burn them all?
I know nothing about magic.
Okay.
And
Well,
this isn't my magic. This is a different
I
type.
think we should burn it.
All I know from stories is don't give your hair to a witch. So
That is very true, and I
And
should have
yet
known
you
that.
did.
Well,
Easier said than
in,
done.
Hang on,
in Gwen's defense, it
hang
was
on.
during the throes of passion. She probably took it to be something else rather than malicious intent to make a puppet.
I
Yep,
know.
she was pretty witch.
I'm teasing.
How did she get your hair?
You probably don't want to know, Mina.
Mina, use
You
your
probably don't want to
imagination.
know.
Oh,
Yeah.
While they were close, she was
Right.
able to. Yes.
I don't want to have
okay.
to cause you to go to confession any more than normal. So I'll spare you the
Yeah,
details. She did
You are
here that
definitely
night,
causing
and-
me some distress. That's definitely true.
Okay, and I think I'm going to burn these, so I'll throw them into the fire on top
Fire,
of
they,
the
like,
until they burn down.
these puppets were made of straw, so they immediately ignite, and in a matter
Right.
of moments they are gone.
Well, I feel better now.
Okay. Well,
would she be able to tell that we burnt her puppets, or
Well, I
they're
may
not
have
going to be there when she gets back. She'll notice that, I'm sure.
something else isn't going to be there when she gets back. And I just pull out her book of shadows,
Oh,
which, in my defense, Sylvia told me through the astral last time I should take. Well, it was more Susie, but
Yeah, it's a good idea. When you take
Um,
a caster's book of shadows, it does make things more difficult for them.
I am hoping a lot of her tricks and techniques are written down in here because they don't come naturally to her folk magic. I'm hoping she would need this, perhaps,
Well, I
to
mean,
do a lot of her spells.
if you want, you could take a couple of minutes to look through the.
Oh god, no, I'm too traumatized by Hocus Pocus to even open the book.
well,
my
you
theme of
aren't,
life
you aren't
was up.
exactly a virgin, so
That is true. That is true.
That ship has sailed. And it's on
Long,
the
long
bottom
time ago.
Sails.
of the
I
fucking
can't remember
ocean.
when, but it has long since sailed.
Oh,
That much I
What do
know.
you mean you can't remember when?
no.
I thought that was a very memorable thing, no?
You would
No.
think so, but I don't know. It's been a long day.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
No,
Yeah,
okay.
maybe that's it. Yeah.
Would
So you
Minister-
don't want to read it, no?
What do you think? Should we have a little look?
Well,
I'm going to have a look, but I won't understand any of it.
I do have a question. Would she be able to, I suppose, track down the whereabouts of this book?
Look,
I really hope not.
would you be
If
able?
she can scry, she
Would-
may be able to.
Would you be able to copy some of the spells, maybe?
That's what I was hoping. Maybe she's collected more folk magic along the way that I could use.
Well, then have a little look and then burn it after.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
So.
Or maybe give it to her sister?
Yeah.
I love how Gwen is starting to rub off on Mina, and she's just like pyro.
Well,
pyro,
no, it's
pyro.
not. It's not natural for them. Even her sister was saying like she's working with weird kind of things. So why would she want to keep it? Like, you know.
Well,
Yeah.
If you do want to take a quick look through it, Gwen, just say.
Okay, I think maybe when we kind of go up to the bedroom and we get all settled and we move our stuff in, then I'll sit down and maybe Sylvia, you want to look at it with me and
Cool.
just leaf
So,
through a few pages.
Mina is just gonna, clean Albert.
So, Gwen, you speak, you know English, Cornish, French, and Sylvan.
I know English, Sylvan, French, Cornish, yeah.
Yeah, and Sylvia, you know German, French, and Sylvan.
Yes.
This appears to be written in a language that looks similar to Sylvan but is not Sylvan. and neither of you.
Oh, it's probably Elvish.
Ah, of course.
Is it Latin?
No, it's not Latin. It's definitely
I would
No,
know.
it's not Latin, so I can't read this
It's probably
ungodly
Elvish.
language.
So yeah.
Do you know
probably
what? If
Elvish.
it's of no use to you, just
You do spot there is, as not just written text, there is little sketches. They're quite good actually. Very, very, very fine and detailed sketches of various different plants, some of which you recognize, Gwyn, as plants that are commonly used in witchcraft. There's some sketches of some animals, and then there's also some sketches of some arcane symbols and sigils that are sometimes used by witches in the construction of various amulets and tokens that they use in their magics. But beyond that, that's the only bits that you recognize. All of the written text is in a language that, which, as I said, you cannot read, you do not understand. It looks similar to Sylvan, but is definitely not Sylvan.
My aunt would love this for our library.
It's probably Elvish.
Yes, yeah, of course it's an Elvish. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but I may send it home. My aunt has a great library. It might be a curiosity for her. We'll see. Anyway,
yeah. But what
can't do anything this evening.
What if she's gonna go to your aunt then?
Mm,
I mean, they can travel through the Fey realm. They can
that's
go
true.
anywhere they want. You might make your aunt a target. Just saying.
Okay,
I mean, you've no way of knowing. I mean, perhaps tomorrow, Justine could use her magics to see if she detects any magic on the Book of Shadows itself.
That's
Good
a great
That's
idea.
a good idea.
Yes.
Let's go to sleep.
Yeah, for now, let's sleep.
Okay, so you all go to sleep. You have a long night's rest. Was everybody at full health before they went to sleep?
No.
Okay, so for those of you who are not at full health, after a long night's rest, you regain grip points equal to your fortitude, your resolve, any talent you have in hardiness and willpower, plus double your level.
Yep.
Okay, so.
Okay, so in the morning, how are we all looking? Is anyone really
I'm
low?
fine now. I'm all good.
Okay.
You were fairly close to full, weren't you, Sylvia?
I was on 48 out of 59 thanks to the healing.
And how's Mina?
I'm nearly there.
Okay.
So, okay, right.
Okay.
So next morning, as I say, you get up. You all head downstairs for breakfast. When you get down to breakfast and Jean and Marie see Jan, they are quite startled, but Justine very quickly tells them this is her brother, and you know they are fraternal twins. It's quite the family resemblance is immediate, and when Justine says it's her brother, they're like, oh, it's Justine. It's one of the pure ones, you know.
Really, the only one who's not deemed as pure is Gwyn.
My question is, who's the other impure one?
Yeah, I mean,
what date is this in game now?
I've been very well behaved. It's like 22nd now.
In game is the 23rd.
Oh.
Friday the 23rd. Okay.
February?
Of February, yes. Friday the 23rd of February. In the year of our Lord, 1872.
Oh,
what phase is the moon in?
Tomorrow night is a full moon.
Mina, your armor should be ready, yeah? Oh, actually, Marie, I was wondering if the Lady of the Forest, the elf, suggested that people begin, observing the old ways, and I was taught by Madame Castillon how to make charms to help to ward against the Fey. So I was wondering if perhaps I could use this space at some point over the next couple of days to teach the women how to do that.
Oh yes, absolutely. But can I just say, if you're going to be making any charms like this, can you just not store them in here?
Oh, no problem. No, that's no problem.
because I don't want their cadet to leave.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show them how to make the charms, and they will leave with the charms.
Oh, okay. D'accord.
Yeah.
Maybe you should say to
Maybe we could.
maybe you could say to Mayor Sauvé he could try to
Oh,
organize it.
Exactly.
Also, I have some rowan, which Mina and I took from the forest,
Yeah.
but I need some red thread, so I need to go to
Well,
the
the
market.
Tucson, their haberdasheries, they would be.
Yeah, I need to go there today, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
I actually have something to collect from there, so we could go together.
All right, yeah, okay.
Okay, right. Well,
I'll come with you because it's on the way to
something to
my
collect,
armor.
eh?
Yeah.
So, Jan and Justine
A
thank you
blonde.
all for their help,
Yeah.
and they're going to arrange transportation. They're going to see if if there's any carriages going to Lyon, and they're going to leave now. And Justine gives Amanat a big hug and tells you all to be safe, and that she'll be back in a few days.
Hey.
So yes, so they exit stage left, chased by bear. And
Aminata's going to look kind of teary-eyed and quite concerned, just kind of like, okay.
Come back to us.
I get.
She'll be fine.
Get
She's strong.
I link arms with you and I go like, will you come and collect the armor with me?
I would like that very much.
Be a nice little walk.
Yes.
Okay, right. So you all leave, and Mina and Amanada, you.
I presume I've been to church, like obviously.
Well, yeah, we can say you have gone to church, and then you had.
You gonna drag me to a church?
Yes.
Oh, no.
As I go over the threshold, I'm just gonna be like,
Head spins around.
Right, well, Mina
I
drives.
don't think you'd be as bad as Gwen, eh?
Mina telling you she's going to Shoemaker's, then does a quick detour and drives you into the church for morning mass, and then
No. I presume
no, I'd actually go. I'd go with Mina.
I presume I've been.
You head to the shoemaker. It was the shoemakers who was making this leather armor, and Monsieur Delahaye, and we said, "Oh, bonjour. The armor is ready. I'm still working on your friends, but here we go. If you like, we can try it on, Mademoiselle, and see if the fit is good."
I'll do that.
So
and how does it look?
On, buckling on the sides, and it's pretty good. Like, it's simple leather brigandine made of overlapping strips, like rectangular strips of leather that are stitched together into a heavy linen backing and overlap each other to provide some protection.
Very nice. Yeah, I do like it.
It's light. It doesn't restrict your mobility. It would certainly offer some protection against the blows of something like a saber, or maybe even a halberd. Against a thrusting weapon, a military sword, an officer side sword, maybe not as effective, and you don't know how good it would be against the natural fang and claw of certain fey creatures. But like, this is the thing, as you all know, armor is largely anachronistic in this time period. Firearms has, for the most part, made armor obsolete now. You do still have officers in breastplate, but that's more for ceremonial dress purposes. Really, the only people who you would see wearing armor are the vagabond adventurers, who are rare but still around to a degree.
We need to get some magic armor or some shit.
I like it. Would have been nice in pink, but like, I do like it.
Yes, and he tells you that he will have he'll have the next set of armor ready in a few days, next Wednesday. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay, right. So you guys.
I've already paid the man when I
that's
ordered
already
it.
done. That's already been dealt with. So you guys head off to that. Okay, and Sylvia and Gwyn, you head into the market square. You
Yes.
see the stall of the haberdashery, and you see you see two women, an older woman who some of you had met before. I can't remember, Sylvia, if you've been to the haberdasheries before.
No.
I don't think you have. but Madame Josephine Toussaint, she's this early 40s, late 30s, Fey touched woman, average height, brunette with a ruddy complexion and blue eyes, wearing light grey wools with a checked pattern. She's quite pretty and has these pointed ears that would suggest possibly elven heritage. And as you know, this is France. Elven heritage is the most common Fey lineage that you find in France. You know.
Right. Is her daughter there?
And beside her is, what you think is her daughter?
Yeah.
I should
just
introduce you.
I'm genuinely just curious. Is she pretty?
Tall, slender build.
I just want to know.
Sandy blonde
Academic
hair, blue
curiosity.
eyes. So with blue eyes, similar to the mother. I mean, like pretty enough. You know, I mean, not as beautiful, obviously, as Melisande or even as Juliet. But you know, still she's quite tall. Actually, like that's the thing that you notice about her. Like she is definitely quite tall. She's easily like maybe 180. You know.
Oh Jesus! Wow.
Yeah, like similar height to a lot of men. You know. But slender build, and as you come up, you see she's like clearly wears her corset in a very tightly cinched manner. You know, she's got this really cinched in waist underneath her blouse. You know.
Okay.
Sylvia just hears, I'll use my telepathy cantrip and say, "That's Marie. I should introduce you. I've had my fill of blondes."
Sylvia like starts going very red.
Okay, so as you get up to her, Sylvia, can you give me an awareness roll, please?
Why do I have to give you an awareness roll? I don't like that I have to give you an awareness roll.
Because you look like a tomato.
Okay, so that's an 18.
Okay, right.
Breathe, Sylvia, breathe.
As you get up to the stall, Marie, seeing Gwen, smiles at her and says, "Oh, bonjour, you're back.
Bonjour.
And you brought a friend with you."
I did. This is my dear friend, Sylvia.
Hello. So I need some red embroidery thread from you.
Of course. Thread? Like, what kind of thread do you mean? Do you mean a fine thread? Do you mean something thicker that you might use for embroidery?
Oh, something
like
thick. Something thick, I think. So it's actually to make charms to help to ward off the Fey. I was taught, and well, as the Fey are becoming more active, I think it is a good idea for people to learn how to make charms to help to keep themselves safe. So I will be teaching people. I'm not quite sure when, but certainly over the next couple of days. But I need to gather the supplies to do it. You should come to it because it's important to learn these things. So,
Susie.
Disaster lesbian.
Okay, that's not awkward at all. And I, of course,
Sylvia is not actually flirting, but she really feels like Gwen thinks she is. So this is very awkward.
So Gwen, sorry, not Gwen, sorry, Marie, this young woman, she rummages through and she pulls out a couple of different spools and balls of different threads, of red threads of different thicknesses and qualities, and like is showing them to you all, showing them to Sylvia and showing them to you. Gwen's like asking which ones you would prefer, you know, which one you
I'll chat to Josephine and leave them to pick their thread.
Okay. So I will need these to tie Rowan together, wood, you know, but I think, but like Sylvia doesn't have a fucking clue. She used to make flower wreaths. This is very much not her skill set at all. So she's asking for like advice.
Yeah.
But also feels like Gwen is sort of watching her in this sort of
No, Gwen's gone. Gwen's
come on,
talking
Sylvia,
to
you've
Josephine.
got this. Get back up
you
on the
do
horse.
your
And she's like, oh,
thing.
Jesus.
Yeah, you do hear like a whisper through the cancer saying, "You got this, girl."
So, well, regardless,
Oh my
Gwen,
God.
Sylvia, you've been offered a couple of different types of thread. You've
Okay.
Yeah, so you find what you need. She's asking you how much you need, and you think you might need a fair bit. Okay.
Yeah, no, I figured I was gonna need like as much as she fucking has.
Well, if you want to buy her out of her red threads, that's gonna be.
Wait, I've enough. You said I've enough roan for 20 charms. So, can I buy enough thread
like
for
maybe
enough for 30, and then I can come back?
You could just buy a full ball of the wool, like that.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that.
So that's gonna be the full thing because it's a very fine quality red as well.
Sure.
We'll say it's like 5 silver. Okay.
5 silver, cool. I may need to come back for more. I'm not quite sure.
Well, I mean, we're here. You know where we are. Lovely to see you all again. If you need any more help with anything.
Yes, and well, I will also have to go to the forest to get more roan.
Be careful. It's dangerous in the forest.
Oh,
yeah.
Sylvia is very strong magician. She has no problem in the forest, don't you know, Sylvia? You've been there quite a few times and survived.
Well, aren't you also, just pointing to Gwen, aren't you also a powerful witch? That's what I've heard.
Oh, I suppose, but you know, a druid is in their natural habitat among the trees, more so than a witch.
That is true.
You're a druid.
I am a druid, yeah.
Oh, this is like your whole group are so exciting. This is a very boring old town, and we have these strong, powerful, beautiful women coming in here with all these magical abilities. It's like it's quite exciting for somebody who.
You flatter us.
Well, I mean, like, yes and no.
As a Fey touched, you would also have the arcane spar.
Yes.
You could learn magic.
There's never, in theory, I suppose I could, but there's never been anybody here to teach me.
Well, Sylvia, that sounds like a great challenge for you. Now that things have quietened down for us.
Well, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I could show you what I know. Casters, they usually have a book of shadows because they store their spells. Sometimes it's not always a book, so Sylvia is just going to show the little discs on her belt.
What are these strange markings on it?
So this is Autumn. It's the way that I write my spells, rather than writing in a book or. Well, I didn't. Druids traditionally carry staffs or wands, but I'm not some medieval wizard in a pointy hat, so.
And what about you, Gwen? Do you use your own special symbols to store your spells?
Oh no, I just use a boring old book of shadows.
It sounds like your magic might be easier for someone to learn.
Yes and no. It's a very specific type of magic, really, that humans tend to use more so than the likes of yourself.
Well, I am human, just with some Fey blood, like.
Well, we don't know how long we are going to be in this town, and I do worry about everybody after we leave. You know, the Fey are more active here, so maybe it might be worth our while to start teaching people some magic.
Well, I mean,
that is an excellent idea.
So
you can start with the eyebrows, Jesus.
So you write an ohm, yes?
Yeah.
And what language do you write your spells in, Gwen?
Sometimes in Cornish, but
Cornish,
I'm really. Oh, it's a language from the the southern edge of England.
Oh, okay. I thought they spoke English in England.
Oh, they do, of course, but some areas just have regional dialects.
Oh, so
Older
it's a
languages.
dialect of English, is it?
Not really. It's a different strand of it's one of the so-called Celtic languages. It's quite different to English, really.
Is that like what they speak in Brittany?
Yes, exactly.
Ah, I had a friend once from Brittany. I always thought this though when they were speaking in the Breton, it sounded so funny.
Yes, it would be much more similar
Though
to
when
Breton.
they
than
were
English.
singing in Breton, it was quite lovely. The language was really great for music. Yeah.
Oh, it is. I do miss the songs from home now that you mention them.
Well, I don't.
No, we'd
I
be more
don't.
than happy to teach you some spells.
I
Of
don't
course.
know any Cornish or Ogham. I just know French and Sylvan, and I know some
Well,
Elvish as well.
that actually won't be a
Well,
problem
that could be useful.
because you can copy the spells that I have, but also as you grow in power, you will be able to meditate, and the spells will come to you. You will know the Ogham.
Perhaps in
Well-
exchange, I do have a bit of a translation project. I have an Elvish text that I'd love at least to somewhat understand, but maybe we could create some sort of exchange. I could teach you, or we could teach you. Sylvia is much better as a teacher. Isn't that right, Sylvia?
I've never taught
Yes,
anyone.
and you could help maybe with this translation project I have.
Well, I have to learn how to teach. I'm going to be essentially running a workshop.
Oh, you're very
today.
good at it already, Sylvia. And
Sorry.
Gwen just elbows you in the rib cage. Like, shut the fuck up.
Translating what? Sorry, translating what?
Oh, some old Elvish spells, possibly.
Oh, okay. Well, I do. As I said, I do know some Elvish. We're pretty sure that our Fey blood is Elvish, and it's kind of It's like my mother knows Elvish, and she taught it to me and my brother. Well, my brother's he's a bit of an idiot. So he doesn't really speak it much. Yes, but
no respect for culture.
well, yes. But anyway, I'd be very excited to study with the two of you. Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Well, we are staying in the inn, so come by any time.
Well, I'm busy
right,
working in the market until later this afternoon, but
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe you'd like to come by after you're finished.
Yeah, so I am going to have to speak to the mayor because I wanted to travel about this workshop because it is very important.
Well, you'll be there later, won't you, Sylvia?
I'll.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are you doing, Gwen?
Like so hard.
Get the shift.
So Marie turns to him and says, "Mama, the women are going to be teaching a workshop. We should tell all the women that they're going to be teaching how to make. You said it was charms to protect against the Fey, was it?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we should tell everybody today. It'll be in the inn later this afternoon. Wait.
Yeah, this is. I may have to do it more than once to make sure that enough people know and the bird can travel. But yeah.
Okay. So we'll make sure to tell everybody to be around after lunch. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think so. I will need time to prepare and.
Right. Absolutely.
Oh, and I just have those things to collect from you, Marie. I had 4 handkerchiefs and 2 blouses.
Yes, of course. And she reaches underneath the thing and she pulls out a bundle that's wrapped in brown paper with some simple twine.
Thank you so much. And that was 20 silver I have here, so
yeah.
I'll hand that over if I haven't already.
I can't remember, but you have the money, so either way you pay her.
Yeah.
So, right. So yeah. So you had your handkerchiefs. What was it? They were fancy embroidered handkerchiefs.
Yes, 4 fancy embroidered handkerchiefs and 2 blouses with embroidery around the frilly collars.
Yes, of course. Okay, right. So, Sylvia, do you want to head to Mareswell?
Yeah, I do.
So, we don't need to spend.
I'll go with you.
We don't need
for
to
the
spend
walk.
a lot of time RPing this. You head towards the mayor's.
I just want to tell him.
Yeah,
you know,
you
word.
You head towards his office/house, and his housekeeper lets you in, and he's in his study working away at something. And he sees you, he's like, "Oh, bonjour, madames. How may I help you both? Is everything okay?"
Oh, everything is fine, but given that the Fae are more active and we know the elves in the forest would like people to return to the old ways, I was taught how to make charms to ward off the Fae, and I would like to teach people how to do that.
Oh, when would you be hoping to do this?
Hopefully today, or perhaps today is this afternoon, maybe.
That's wonderful. I will arrange for a flyer to be put up on the notice board outside the church. But I will also get word out to everybody. Will it be just one day, or will you be doing it over several days, perhaps?
I think I may need to do it over multiple days, but I will also need to gather more supplies.
What manner of supplies do you need?
So I will need red thread, but also probably rowan from the forest.
Like when you say rowan, do you mean an entire tree, or what do you mean?
Oh no, like branches, twigs. To make charms to hang. So
we're not talking like something that is like,
timber. No.
8-10 centimeters down.
Oh no, nothing like that. For example, Mina and I went the other day and we hacked away at some branches and we brought some home. Like nothing.
There are a few wooden copses around the area as well. You don't need to. I can send some boys to harvest some rowan, and I would arrange for red thread. Is there any particular type or thickness that you need, or?
I think I'm just gonna show. I'm gonna show him the thread that I got, because I'm gonna basing it off what Madame Castillon showed me.
So we will arrange all this, and I will have it delivered when it is all ready to the inn, and hopefully over the next few days we could get you to teach some of the women, and then hopefully they can teach other women. Yes.
Yeah, this is what I'm hoping. If enough know, the knowledge can travel.
This is wonderful. This is truly wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
Thank you so much. That actually saves me hours.
Of course, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
You're doing so much to help. It's the least that I can do as the mayor. Right. So, she's completely eased up your entire day.
Oh my god, this is amazing. I thought I was going to have to go out to the forest and fucking get more wood. This is great.
The mayor had told you that he basically was, while you were there, he was going to be paying you to help them keep the village safe, and he's doing everything he can to help the party do what he wants them to do. So absolutely. If he has to send a couple of young lads out, pays them a couple of coppers to collect some branches of rowan, while he then goes down to order some red thread through the haberdashery, that's an easy job for him as mayor. This is minimal effort for a civil servant,
I know, but it never even occurred to me, so this is amazing.
So okay, so we unless Mina and Amanada have anything else that they plan on doing, we can jump forward.
I do have something on do. Yeah. I want to see if it's possible to, I know a shooting range probably isn't common or anything, but I probably want to practice a little bit.
Okay.
If it's possible.
Oh, did I give Amanata the bullets that we found? The 13 enchanted bullets?
Yeah, I have enchanted bullets, yes.
Good.
Yeah, you did. By the way, you still haven't gotten Justine to try and identify what that oil is and what it does.
Yeah.
Well, she's gone now.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is the problem. You've been so busy that you haven't
had time to do anything. But as for shooting, I'm sure there is an empty field somewhere we could, ask the farmer maybe if we could use it.
You could certainly go and find an empty field somewhere, an open space that you're pretty confident. Maybe tell the
empty tin cans or something as a target or something.
Maybe tell the gendarmerie that you're going to be doing some target practice.
Yeah.
Or ask them where they do it.
Yeah, actually, that would be a good idea. I'll ask them where they practice, because I don't want to disturb the people.
We have this conversation, so we're like, let's go to the gendarmes and see where they maybe they know where they practice or whatever.
So you head in and you go into the gendarme station and explaining to them that you want to practice, and they look a bit confused and like, oh, sorry, do you not know how to use a gun?
Oh no, I am very adept at the gun. I just like to keep my skills sharp, and I like to practice often.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't practice.
Nina's
That's fucking
literally in the background going exact that reaction, like,
I'm not shocked. Are you shocked?
oh.
Not.
Fuck's
I'm
sake.
not surprised. I have seen some of your men shoot. Well, if that's the case, I
Well,
will find a field to practice on my own.
We'd recommend that you cross over the bridge and then just go west down along past follow the riverbank for about half a kilometer. It's a nice open space there. You should be fairly safe.
Merci.
thank you.
Okay. So you go off, and do you and Mina just gotta shoot off for the afternoon and be practicing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh my god, why am I not surprised?
Oh. They don't practice with firearms. Oh.
Well, I mean,
You don't practice probably with anything. Oh, how terrible.
Well, they are rural police officers, so. So you guys are all
just disgusted.
You guys.
Yeah, I mean that's totally disgusting.
You guys disappear off for the afternoon, okay? Gwyn and Sylvia, Susie, you're mute.
Sorry.
So Gwyn and Sylvia, you head back to the inn and you prep everything, get everything ready.
Mhm.
And at about
Yeah.
1:30, 2:00, a small group of women come in. About 10 women come in. They're of various ages, but they're mostly older, like mid to late 40s and older. Okay. And they're kind of like looking in. They're kind of a little bit sheepish and confused. We were told this is where the witches were to teach us how to cast spells.
Yeah, well, fun bitch, fun druid. But yeah, this is the right
Come on
place.
in.
Okay, just to clarify, we're good Catholic women. Just so
Oh, of course, aren't we all? We would never
That's-
have you do
that's-
anything that would
okay,
contravene the
no.
good book.
So
when-
my name is sorry, Neil.
all I was going to say is that when Gwyn says, "Aren't we all?" you hear one of them lean to you and say, "I thought the English and the Germans were Protestants."
Oh God, some of them, unfortunately, we can't save them all.
Sylvia's just looking at Gwen with.
Just tell them you know me. Just tell them you're friends with me. Like, honestly.
So on that note, my name is Sylvia, and I am a druid, and we were told by the Lady of the Forest, who is an elf, that she wanted people to begin to respect the Fey more, and since the Fey are becoming more active in this area, I was taught how to make charms to help to protect and ward off the Fey.
Oh, exciting!
So that's what we're going to do today. It's nothing. She's going to start taking out shit and like. So we're going to make charms out of wood and with the thread, and Sylvia's like not comfortable.
You're doing great, Sylvia. You're doing
Well,
great.
I mean,
You're doing great.
As uncomfortable as you are with this group of people and their attention fixated on you, you are comfortable with magic, okay?
Oh yeah.
While this might be something that would be more in Gwyn's area of expertise, because she uses a form of magic where you work with physical objects. You know she has various amulets and she uses different components like her pieces of her white thread for her magic healing and that. Nonetheless, you do remember what Madame Castillon taught you.
So I'm going to start talking them through the tying of the knots, the words that you're supposed to say.
Prayers,
After I'm going to ask if anybody has any questions.
So you go through this with them. They're all like they seem to get it. They're following. They're paying attention. They're very excited to give it a go. And no, they're like.
I start passing out supplies and.
So I'd say over the next hour or so, because it does take a bit of time with these
Yeah.
women, because they're getting the words slightly wrong, and they have to like undo the charms and then redo them again. But over about the period of about an hour or so, they're kind of getting the hang of it, and by about like 10 to 3. They've pretty much wrapped up. They're quite happy with themselves, and they weren't just making one each. They were like making, like, most of them make 2 or 3 charms. Okay,
Yeah.
and like by
Fair.
the time you finish, you've pretty much used up all of your supplies. Almost. There's enough for maybe 2 charms left. When you see Marie Toussaint, the daughter of the haberdashery, she walks into the inn and she sees you looking around, and she sees you. She waves at you both.
Ah, hello.
Bonjour.
So I have some supplies left. I can certainly teach you if you would like.
Oh, that would be fun. Yes.
Okay, so just, I suppose, looking at the other rooms, like, you can watch again just to be absolutely sure, but you can all take these home with you and hang them around your house. I bought I have these for you to take home.
Sylvia, you
okay.
might need to sit down with Marie because she missed the initial part. I can take care of the rest of the women. It's fine.
Okay, well, yeah, sure, whatever. So I'll start talking her through the entire thing, the knots, all of the words you're supposed to say, and you know that I'm very specific. The knots have to be this way, the words have to be this way. Everything is, you know. So, as she following along, or
following along, and she's going. She's like muttering. She's like listening to the words, and she recounts it to you a couple of times. And you see her. She practices tying the knot separately first, and then she goes, "Okay, I think I've got it." And then she goes. She crosses the pieces of rowan branch together, weaving the red thread around them, tying them together as she's saying the charms. And the strangest thing happens. Okay.
okay,
As she is finishing and pulling and tightening the final knot and saying the last word, you hear a bell ring outside.
oh,
You know, and she's like, that's odd. The church bell shouldn't be ringing now. And the rest of them all look around a bit odd, and it's like, oh, that is strange.
oh, well, I think that means it's a very well made charm.
Oh, and they all the other one was like looking, and it's like, well, that didn't happen for any of us. Maybe it's because she's an elf, you know.
Oh, because she's got the arcane spark.
Oh, and then the women all come and was like, Marie, could you redo them for us as well? And she's like, like. So then over like the next like 30-40 minutes, all the women dismantle their charms and they hand them to her, and she redoes them.
Oh no!
Because they're like, oh, they want it done they want it done by the village elf, you know, because it'll be more powerful, you know.
Marie, do you want some help? It's a lot of work.
And she's like, no, it's okay. I don't mind. It's
okay.
Look, I'm a haberdasher. I'm good with thread, you know. And
okay.
So over about 45 minutes, she redoes all the charms for basically the
does the bell ring every time?
No, the bell does not ring every time.
Okay. Well.
But the women, it's kind of funny. As she's doing it, she's handing it to them. The women are like, oh, this feels a bit warmer. And then another one says, oh, I think I just saw it sparkle a little bit. And I was like, yeah, I think my one's glowing. And they're all convinced that each charm that she's made is in some way different and supernatural compared to the mundane charms that they had made themselves.
You may have found a new job.
Yeah, and as you're saying, Marie Aubert, the innkeeper, she comes up to you all and she hands you all some small glasses of wine. She says, "I think you all deserve this." And she turns to Marie Toussaint and says, "You know, I think she's right. I think everybody's going to be wanting you to make the charms for their houses. Now you'd be very busy. You could start charging. You'd make a fortune."
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think I could charge for something like this. It doesn't feel right to charge for this kind of, well, I don't want to say magic because I'm not a witch or a druid, pointing at Gwyn and Sylvia.
Yeah, but Gwyn, didn't you say that it was similar to the magic that you use?
It is. Yeah, it's like folk magic, similar to what we do back home. It's fairly universal though. But with the arcane spark, I can see why it's even more powerful.
Yeah.
Well,
can you do any magic? Because many Fey touch can do some small.
I know one simple little spell.
Oh, what is it? Show us.
shall we go outside?
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
okay.
Can't wait to see.
So we go outside, and there's a few people out and about. She kind of looks around. And she goes, "Hey, let's go around the side where there's a few less people around.
Great.
It'd be safer." And, and
How
you
intriguing.
Just go around to the side where the stables is.
Oh,
And she just kind of looks around. She's looking for something, and she goes into the stables. And she comes back out with a small little bit of hay, and she kind of bundles it up into a little kind of like a very small little cone. And she steps back about 6 or 7 meters, and she kind of focuses for a second, and she flings out her hand, and an arcane shard shoots out and strikes the hay.
oh,
Beautiful.
Well, when I was a young child growing up, I had a difficult time with some of the local boys, and I had to learn to defend myself.
right.
Difficult.
Well, so it's a good way of defending yourself.
Yes, my mother was a bit disappointed. She can mend tears in fabrics, and said that would be much more useful.
Oh, well, that's so appropriate for a haberdasher.
For our family's line of work, it would have been more useful. But she also understood and was happy I could protect myself from some of the local boys.
You know, if you learn magic, and as you grow in power, you may learn how to do such things. I can't mend fabric, but
Well, who knows?
I know it is. I think it is something that some spellcasters can do.
Okay.
Yeah, so I hear.
So, well, she said she thanks you all. She's very enjoyable. And she said, "Well, I have to head back home now to my mother and to my idiot brother." But
Perhaps you could come this weekend. Surely we owe you a meal after your help with the charms.
Oh, don't be silly. I wasn't like your job was to teach us, and I'm
No, I insist. We insist.
If you want to learn some more magic, we're here.
I would be interested to learn to see that book of elvish spells that you were talking of.
Well, Saturday it is. Come by in the evening, and Sylvia can show you some magic. I can show you the book, and we'll have dinner.
I want to remind you of something, Gwyn, because you are terrible for forgetting stuff when there's a pretty blonde.
It's true.
Tomorrow,
I don't even know what day of the week it is.
Tomorrow is Saturday, but tomorrow is the full moon.
Yeah.
And if you were looking to get a familiar, that ritual must be carried out on a full moon.
I'm uncertain yet about the familiar.
Okay. No, that's cool, but I just wanted to remind you of
Thanks for reminding me.
I know we had discussed it out of game. It's something that you said you're interested in.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you don't want to pursue it yet for Gwyn, totally understand. But I wanted to remind you of that. If you don't
I might wait.
Yeah, that's cool, but if you don't do it tomorrow, you have to wait till another lunar
till the next full moon. Okay? Yeah. Fair. Fair. I'll think about it.
Cool.
But I'm gonna invite her over anyway, because if I won't be there, Sylvia will be there, entertain her.
Okay. Well,
I can show you what I know.
Yes. Well, that would be very exciting. Although I don't know if I really have the time to learn how to do an entire new system of writing.
It's not so. I cannot write an Owen, but I know my spells through meditation.
Yeah, well, you did have to learn the basics of the alphabet. It was
no, I didn't.
I'm sure the writing's optional. Isn't that right, Sylvia?
No.
So, okay.
So, Neil, am I sorry? Just I just want to know. So, am I to? Because the impression I got was your druids know they know it like intuitively. They don't have to study it.
No, they have to study it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's a priestly order.
Yeah, but Sylvia is not a member of the order.
But she learned it. She was taught it by the Moislaughter.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I didn't know.
To study at the priestly order. Remember, the original druids studied for 9 feckin' years, according to some historical documentation.
Yeah.
I'm not having your character have to have studied for 9 years because we don't actually know what they did. But no, you did actually have to learn.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not going that OG because we have no idea what the druids actually did in their practices, despite what some people who lived in this exact time period would have liked us to all think. Yeah, those Victorians when they weren't busy eating mummies.
Oh, the Victorians. The only authority is Ronald Hutton on the Druids.
And
Damn,
but
you
even
can
he'd be
read
the
her.
first to say he's not an authority on the Druids.
Oh, no.
He'd be the first to say
But he
we
is.
know nothing. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah. But anyway, eventually me and Amanada get back. I mean, how much of your ammunition you decide to spend on target practice is entirely up to you, Amanada, okay? And obviously, I assume you're using your mundane bullets and not the fancy magic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
Only mundane, and
Yeah.
it wouldn't have been that many. Maybe about
cool.
5 or so.
Cool, absolutely, okay. You get back that evening, and Marie is telling you all about the wonderful job that Sylvia and Gwyn did teaching some of the women in the village how to make their charms, and mentions how the daughter of the haberdasher, she says, you know, we jokingly refer to the two songs as the village elves because they're fey touched, and that she came along and all the women made her remake all their charms for them because they were convinced that her fey blood meant that their charms were better if they were by her. And it was quite amusing, but yes.
Oh, well, as I said, all of the charms are gone because I gave them to take home. So, I didn't.
Marie really was something, wasn't she, Sylvia?
Yeah, she seemed very nice.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes, she was.
Then don't you think that maybe you have courted? I say courted.
Oh, I'm not talking about
Oh my god,
but I've had my fill.
Then
of,
I think you have had enough, maybe a little bit of a break. She's very nice, but I think you need to step back.
I agree. I mean for you.
For me, oh,
I have too many to be dealing with. I don't need another.
For me,
she's beautiful, talented. It would be crazy not to.
Oh no! I don't feel ready to. No. Also, I couldn't possibly.
Oh look, a little dalliance never hurt anyone.
Oh, in theory, yeah, but
I tend to disagree. I mean, look at you.
Me?
I have
if it hadn't been for us,
Ben,
God knows what. But you might have ended up like poor Piotr over there.
You joke about me having dalliances, but then do you think I should bring up the horrible scarring on my back ahead of time, or leave it as a fun surprise for when the clothes start coming off?
I'm sorry, Sylvia. I know it's not as easy with everything you've been through.
You know, you can say, oh, well, but for me, it's not possible. And
of course it is. Of course it is. When you're ready,
Which is not today, so.
No, but keep her in mind. Keep her in mind. Oh, and speaking of the my own escapades, I got you all one of these by way of apology for everything that happened. I may have been a bit reckless, and I'm trying to learn. Things are different here. I am not with family anymore. I'm trying to be more conscientious. So I got you each one of these, and I'll hand around these nice kind of plain but with a little bit of lace handkerchiefs, and each one has an initial on it with a garland of ivy. So there's one like A with a garland of ivy around the corners, and M and J and S. And this is just to say thank you, and I'm sorry.
Oh, they're beautiful. Thank you.
This is so. Oh, you're so thoughtful, and
thank you.
And
it's so gorgeous.
It's tough. Not, I suppose, it's tough, kind of acclimatizing to living with others, and like you said, we are learning too, and we'll be, as you can see, we're probably all far more inclined to encourage you on some of your riskier behaviors now than when we first met. So I genuinely appreciate this, and hopefully one day you will come to think of us as family too.
I'm starting to.
It's very thoughtful, Quinn. Thank you.
Right.
And Sylvia, I actually got you something extra, just considering, your back, like you mentioned, and how you needed something to wear that last evening. And I'll give Sylvia a blouse with this nice kind of lace neckline, and it has oak leaves embroidered kind of around the collar. So it's like a grandad collar with oak leaf embroidery and then like lace on top. Like it's just something extra, for when you need to look nicer.
Oh my god.
Actually gonna make me tear up, fuck's sake.
So cute.
I do not want to be crying on the internet.
That is so sweet. Oh,
If you needed this, and because you didn't have anything to wear last time, and this should cover things if you want them to be covered. And
Thank you, Vin. I don't know what to say.
thank you. Usually one says thank you, Sylvia.
no, look, it's the
Thank you
least
so much.
I could do.
Sylvia's kind of stuck. Like this is normally where you would hug somebody, and Sylvia's just sort of like, oh god, what do I do?
Right.
Look, I'll get us a round of drinks, and Gwyn just awkwardly gets up and runs to the bar
So,
and orders a round of drinks.
you have a fairly uneventful evening in the inn. You have some drinks, you have some food. Nothing is happening. No sign of Melisande.
Okay.
Oh, good.
So yeah. So no sign of Melisande. But so you have as I say, an uneventful night. And you head to bed. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
next morning. Next morning you get up. Has anybody got? It's Saturday. Has anybody got any plans?
Oh, actually, maybe. Oh, so in theory, foraging for herbs
Yay,
for
let's
tinctures.
do it.
But I'm also like, do I want to go into the forest with the bunny boiler psycho elf?
Can we go anywhere else?
I know someone who might be able to keep us safe if we go into the
Oh.
forest.
No, that's for you, and that's for your booty tax. That's the booty tax for getting
Listen,
out.
it's not booty tax, it's a booty call. I'm stressed.
You need it.
I'm up
need it.
for it. I will be your wing woman.
She doesn't need a wing woman. She
No, true.
Am-
I mean, kind of more like
Aminata
professional bodyguard, just in case.
Good,
Right.
is good to go.
I don't know if I trust this guy.
Okay. So
Oh.
after Mina goes to morning mass and you have breakfast, are you all heading into the Tronque Forest?
Yes,
I'm
Aminata
gonna
will
go. Yeah.
probably wear something a bit on the riskier side.
Ooh, Gwyn is going to compliment Aminata's amazing style.
And I'm going to do a
I
little
don't know.
silent
Do I
courtesy.
really, really want to accompany you guys on your escapade
No,
again?
you will just need to go to confession first thing in the morning. So maybe for your sake, you might want
Again.
to.
Think of your immortal soul, Mina.
Well, I mean, Mina, you don't have to go. Sylvia said she's just going to forage. So like, and all.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
go
you'll
deep
be fine.
You
You'll
don't,
be
like,
fine.
Mina,
You'll be
if-
fine.
Mina,
I'll
if
do
you
something
wanna
else.
You want to stay in the village? That's totally cool.
Perfect. I'll do something else.
Okay, cool. So, the three of you head out that 2-hour trek to get to the Tronque Forest. When you get in, it has the same vibes that it always does. Ominous, not oppressive, but ominous. Feeling like you're being watched by 100 eyes at once.
As we
Don't go too
pass,
deep.
Sylvia's gonna like put a hand on a tree and just say, "We are foraging for herbs to help to heal us. That's all we are here for."
Give me a charm roll.
Oh crap!
I was actually gonna say Aminata will probably put a hand on the tree and be like, "Hello."
Gwyn is going to say absolutely nothing. I'm afraid
Oh,
for my life.
So that's a 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Sylvia's a people person
Yeah.
or a tree person.
Well, just give me one moment.
I was just gonna say you're a people person even when you're talking to trees.
Like once Sylvia says that, I'll be like, we and I am here for other reasons, but also we are not.
Eyebrows,
I'm not
eyebrows.
here to do harm."
So,
Unless it's consensual.
Exactly.
Right.
Gwen's gonna lean into Amanada and say, "Do you want me to come with you, or are you okay on your own? Do you feel safe?" Or
I think I'll be in good company. I never felt any, I suppose, malicious intent, and I tend to be quite good at picking that up.
You're generally, yeah, you're a pretty good person, or pretty good at reading people. You know, not an
Mhm.
expert, but better than the average person. So,
okay, wow.
so
Shout if you need anything.
Oh,
My name
I thought
specifically.
Amnada's just gonna kind of blush and be like, I really
I mean,
hope
very
I don't
specific
disturb.
words that are specific danger words. I
Oh,
mean,
yes.
never mind. We'll be fine.
I will say I
Just
will
a word out.
scream help. I am being attacked if ever I need
Perfect.
your
Yes.
assistance.
And if we hear you scream anything else, we will not
Just,
go to you.
yes, please ignore,
Well,
ignore,
ignore.
and maybe put some moss in your ears.
Mhm.
Yes.
right. So, Amanada, what are you doing?
I'm going to just kind of walk off slightly to the side, and I'm
Oh,
going
can I give Amanada just the lodestone bit that I have on me?
Okay.
I know we don't have the other part of it. Mina does,
has the
but like
toughness,
it's
but
something.
yeah, it's not a bad idea.
It's better than nothing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you give Amanada the lodestone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to like giddily just kind of like and I'm going to reach down reach down into my top, pull out the flower and whisper Costas.
Okay. So you whisper his name, and as you do, there's a sudden wind that catches and kind of carries off into the forest. And you don't. Nothing seems to happen.
Is the wind still there or did the wind just go once?
It goes. Okay. Nothing seems to happen.
Okay.
So, Sylvia, Gwyn, what do you want to do?
Can we forage for herbs?
You guys can go and start foraging for herbs. So if you want, you can each roll separately. This is bushcraft, or you can roll together.
I need to ask Sylvia a very serious question. Sylvia, would you mind if I forage for, the other types of herbs? But I promise, if I ever use them again,
if you
I
are
will let you
planning
know.
to, I think it is no harm to have these things, but we would just like to know. That's all.
So, so you actually both have herbalism, you both have bushcraft. You can combine the two rolls, and then you can choose to use either. This can be either an intellect or an awareness roll. Okay. For your foraging. Okay, so you can you can combine the modifiers and one person's ability score, or you can roll separately.
And if we combine them, will we get healing and poison?
It'll all depend on what you roll.
What do you think?
think we should roll separately because I just think rolling twice to increase our odds.
Yeah, sounds good.
Just because of the last time.
Sounds good.
Okay,
Let's do
so Sylvia, for you, that is going to be, well, your awareness and your intellect are both +1. You have a herbalism of 3 and a bushcraft of 2, so that's going to be a +6. And then for Gwyn, you have an awareness of 1, but you have an intellect of 2, and you also have bushcraft. So for you, it's +7 if you're using intellect.
Sorry, I was like
bushcraft and herbalism.
And then you can use either awareness or intellect.
Awareness or intellect. Yeah, cool. Okay, awareness. Yeah, I'll use intellect. Grand 7.
Okay.
Use my skull dice from Dakota Irish. Feels fitting. That is a 16 plus 7.
No.
That's great.
20. 22.
Okay, right. That's a fantastic roll. Susie, what did you get, Sylvia?
I only got an 8.
Okay. Right. Well, unfortunately, you are struggling and you don't manage to find anything at all.
What was the target number?
For a basic healing salve,
for a
herbal poultice, it's a target of 12.
Okay.
For a healing salve, it's a target of 15. For a standard healing tincture, it's a 17. And it just goes up.
Okay, so I'd be
So,
talking,
Gwyn,
taking 22 points of exhaustion damage.
minimum.
Mm.
So, Gwyn, you got a 22, yes?
Yeah,
So, and you have herbalism 3, don't you?
I do.
Okay, bum, 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 bum. So with herbalism 3, I just need to pull it up very quickly. I want to make sure I have this correct. I'm pretty
Training
sure
level plus
with
intellect.
no, it's more beginner. You so hold on. Beginner, solve, intermediate, standard, advanced, greater. Okay, so yeah, you can make, if you want, up to a greater healing tincture. Okay, so this is the way it works. With that roll, you have enough. You can find enough ingredients to make 2 greater healing tinctures,
Hmm.
3 standard healing tinctures, or you could drop out 1 or more doses of tinctures for poisons.
Yes, the last one.
Okay, so like, do you
How
want
about we do?
so like
Yeah, sorry.
if you, it depends on like if you're mostly
Mm.
foraging, you could just say I'm just foraging for poisons, and you find a ton of toxic plants. Okay, or you could have mostly found toxic plants, but enough to make 1 standard healing tincture.
How many poisons do you reckon I would get out of the mostly toxic plants with 1 greater healing tincture?
Certainly enough to make 2 doses. How strong those doses will be down to the second herbalism roll that you do when you're preparing it.
I'm gonna go. I think Gwen would choose all poison, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, so then you have enough to make, in theory, 3 doses of poisons.
Okay,
Okay?
good.
So, Sylvia and Gwyn, you wander off looking and foraging, and Aminata, you're kind of like just strolling around looking, seeing, and enjoying the forests. When after a couple of minutes after your friends have left, you hear a rustling sound in the understory, and then coming out of some of the bushes and shrubberies, you see the satyr that you'd met before. Costas says, "Well, I'm pleasantly surprised to hear from you again. I'm a bit surprised it was so soon, but I'm not complaining."
Well, you did offer. Is
I
it a bad time?
No, of course not. Would you like to go somewhere more comfortable?
Please, leads away.
Cool.
You obviously know this forest better than I do.
Okay, right. So, he leads you off through the forest. He helps you around like tree roots and stuff, and you wander for about 30-40 minutes until he leads you into a small little glade area, and you see a simple, rustic, but very pleasant looking cabin, as like a log cabin. He says, "Well, this is home."
Wonderful. And how long have you lived in the forest for?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know, 100, 120, 130 years.
Oh wow! So you must have been one of the oldest residents here. How do you feel about? Well, not obviously. You've been here longer than some of the newer arrivals, is what I mean.
Oh, yes, of course, yes.
And
No,
how are you finding that?
yeah, it's fine. They're mostly little fairies, little Luteans. They're coming. It's fine. We've been having some good parties. A lot more musicians in the forest, and that's always fun.
Oh, yes, we have heard plenty of music near the town.
Yeah.
Well, the village, I suppose.
Yeah. So that's been fun. So would you like to come inside?
Why, yes, I am here for a purpose.
Oh, and what purpose would that be?
I'm pretty sure you know. At that, Aminata's just going to like swan into the cabin and look at Costas expectantly, like, time is of the essence. I have people waiting for me for dinner.
I have a reputation to uphold.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, I'm not familiar with the reputation. Hopefully you will be able to show me.
Give me enough time and I certainly will. And he follows you into the building.
Oh, that's going to be happy house.
Yeah. So you spend as long as you want with him in the in his cabin.
Meanwhile, Mina is shuddering at what someone
Yes.
is saying.
So Mina, what do you do while what does Mina do while your friends are off?
Oh, I'll probably, main sketch a little bit and write another letter to my useless brothers in
Yeah.
Rome
Yeah.
and,
Yeah. Okay.
just, chill out. And I probably also go jogging a bit to keep up my training and do a couple of bits of with Albert just to kind of keep it up.
So yeah, you spend a very productive morning. As I said, you write your brother's letters. It's Saturday, so you have to wait till Monday to post them off. Okay, because
Yeah.
like the post office does be sometimes open on a Saturday in the morning, but only for a very brief period of time, and then you go off for a jog. You come back and you're having some lunch and you hear some chatter, and some farmers have come in for the afternoon for a drink and a bite to eat. It's like, yeah, so they said it was two sheep that poor family lost. You know, it's bad enough that they lost her husband, but to have some sheep attack them as well, it's absolutely awful. It's like,
Oh, is that? You wouldn't talk about the family with the poor man that gone missing in the Fey.
yeah, the Delacroix family. There was
That's their name,
yes. The
exactly.
farm was attacked last night, and two sheep were killed.
Oh my God, what were they attacked by? Do you know by any chance?
Well, apparently Du Bois was there, and he claims to have seen it. I haven't heard the description, only that he was there and he said he saw it. So yes, apparently he had gone to visit
He saw what?
some creature, some animal. I don't know. As I said, he did. I have heard that he's coming to the village later today, so maybe you have a chance to speak to him. But
Oh, I will.
apparently he'd been spending time with the widow Delacroix, making sure she was okay.
Mm.
At that, Mina's just rolling her eyes like, so hard they nearly fall out of her head. Like, I mean, of course he is.
Wait, is that Juliet's father?
No.
Okay,
No.
okay.
Delacroix, not the
Woo.
Castilians. Yes.
No, that's the dude who
That's
went
Gas-
missing.
That's
You know,
not Gaston.
But they are.
No, it's the farmer that went missing. Like,
But Juliet's dad was helping that
Yeah,
family,
because-
was
Yes,
he?
but
He
this
had
is
been.
Gas. This is not
Yeah.
Gas. Definitely not Gaston we're talking about.
Their farms are their neighbors actually. The Delacroix farm is beside the Castilian farm. You know, on the opposite side of the farm to the forest, but they are neighbors. And he had been helping. He visited Stephanie Delacroix and was helping her because her husband has disappeared. The villagers are apparently now referring to her as the widow Delacroix, because at this stage you're assuming her husband's basically dead, you know. As I say, they're like, they want to gossip with you, Mina, but they actually have very little information. All they know is that there was some sort of an animal attack and two sheep were killed. You know, that's all that you know. They're eager to gossip and they're making all sorts of like ridiculous suggestions and theories about what the animal could have been, but it's just ridiculous.
I'm not even interested. I eat my lunch because that's a horrible thing to do, and then I'll go and ask the gendarmerie if they know anything.
Mm-hmm. So you go out to the gendarmerie and they say, "No, I'm sorry, mademoiselle, we've no idea. Hopefully it's not direwolves again. I know you and Du Bois helped with a direwolf attack a few weeks back, a month ago or so. But so perhaps it was a direwolf attack again. Direwolves coming out of the forest, but we honestly don't know. Although we've heard that Du Bois is going to be coming into the town and soon enough, so I'm sure he'll be telling everybody."
Yeah, yeah. Oh God, of that I'm sure. If the post office is closed, where would I find the postmistress?
You're not actually sure. Um, you could ask around to try and find her house, but you're
I
not.
will do that.
Yeah, it turns out her house is actually quite close to the post office.
Right. She usually knows everything, although the post has been closed, so she probably knows nothing of this. So I don't want to spread it to her.
Yes. So.
I'll go back to the inn and I just ask, that doesn't happen a lot that sheep go. It's only recently that happens though, is it?
Jean Aubert, the man who always wants in East you. Like, wolf attacks in this area are rare, despite the large forest. It's actually dire wolves that live there, not the mundane variety. And every couple of months, some do come out and attack, but it's not that common actually. To be honest, I think that I think they must be hunting something bigger in the forest, and the sheep are maybe too small for them, you know. But it does occasionally happen, and then Du Bois usually goes and kills the creatures. Um, that's probably part of why it doesn't happen more often, is we have such a great hunter here who lives in the area, and he deals with the issue when the direwolves decide to venture out into our farms. But actually, speak of the devil, and you see a shadow coming across the door as stepping into the inn, the tall, impressive, muscular form of Philipe Du Bois, legendary hunter extraordinaire.
Again, Mina is like just blinking, trying very hard not to roll her eyes. Going like, oh, Monsieur Dubois, well met. I heard you had some excitement last night.
Well, gentleman doesn't. You're talking
Not
about
that kind of an. Oh my God.
Sorry, I thought you were talking.
No, the sheep.
Oh yes, yes.
Ugh.
I was visiting the Delacroix family farm to check in on Madame Delacroix. You know, with her husband not around, it's important that we be good neighbors and help these women in their hours of need. And she's been quite appreciative of my company and my attention. But
Mina rolls her eyes so hard, like, you know, that she doesn't fall off the chair is a miracle. She's like,
it was getting.
Yeah, I'm sure she needs your attention.
It was quite late, and we heard some commotion outside,
Mm-hmm.
and I raced out, and you see he's like, as he's talking to you, you notice he's been raising his voice, because so that a few of the people who are in the inn can more clearly hear him, and they're all kind of getting up off their chairs and coming closer around him. Okay, there's not many people in the inn. It's about like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so there's not a lot of people there. There's only about 4 or 5 people really, but they're all with bated breath. And he kind of looks around and says, "When I ran out, that's when I saw the creature." And there's like, from the crowd, it's like, yes, it was.
What did it look like? Come on, spit it out, man.
Well, it was so fast. It was nearly hard to see, but with my keen hunter's vision, and we nearly have a full moon. It was a clear night, so I could see from the light of the moon. It was quite a terrifying creature. At first, I thought it was a wolf. It had the grey coat of a wolf, slightly taller, slightly longer, perhaps. But as it moved, it had this sheep that it was dragging along, and as I cried out, it turned up onto its hind quarters, and what I thought were front paws were more like grasping hands as I saw this terrifying creature look me square in the eye, standing like a man. And you hear gasps from the villagers like, "Garou, loup de garou." I says, yes, I think that's exactly what it is. I think we have a loup de garou, a werewolf. It was not that great, I must say. It wasn't especially tall, and I think that is probably why it fled. It saw me and saw that I was actually much taller than it, and it ran off in fear. And unfortunately, I didn't have time with I let off one shot with my rifle, but it was so fast I missed, which is rare for me, I know, but and then it was gone. Gone in the direction of the forest.
Mina, while all the others are so engrossed in this tale, is going to sneak out. What do I know of werewolves?
You can give me, this is intellect, and do you have fatal or you don't? So this is just straightforward intellect, and you do have memory, so you can add the +1 for that too.
I rolled a 16. So what's my intellect? I think
One.
it's a 1, isn't it?
And-
Okay, so 17, 18.
Yeah, okay. So you know what most people know about werewolves, that they are a type of shapeshifter, that they're normally somebody who's incredibly evil person, who some say that they're so evil they become cursed by God, and that they can change into a wolf at the time of the full moon when their evil and bestial nature takes over, that they prey on humans, wanting to kill them. That you also know that if you get bitten by a werewolf, that the curse will be passed on to you, and your eternal soul will be damned, and you cannot, when you die, pass on to the realm of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, but that you can use silver bullets to kill these creatures. Some Christian scholars believe that the reason silver works on them is because it was silver that was paid to Judas Iscariot.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
The Lord, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why
absolutely.
silver has this power over these dark, demonic, evil creatures. So yes. So as a good Catholic from an area where you specialize in fighting fey creatures and monsters, that's what you would know.
Cool.
So yes, evil people who can change into a wolf, and they are incredibly dangerous. They prey on the innocent, and their souls are damned. And yes, silver will kill them.
Silver will kill them.
Yes.
Well, looks like I need to silver coat my halberd. What do you think, Albert?
So,
oh yes, I think that's a great idea.
Albert's gonna look so pretty.
Albert's gonna look so pretty, yeah.
It's gonna be the prettiest, like, halberd at the table.
So what do you want to
Yes.
do, Mina?
Yeah, I think I need to go and find a blacksmith or something.
You do
can
know
get
where the blacksmith is. You do know.
Yes,
where,
perfect. So I actually know where the blacksmith is,
Yeah,
exactly.
you've
So
met
I
him.
need to go and get Albert silver coated.
How many?
And you've got some silver.
How
so.
many
I do.
silver coins do you actually have?
That's a good bloody question.
I've
I might have to
been
break some.
trusting you all to keep track of your
But
money.
oh yeah, no, I'm a very honest person. Now saying it like that sounds awfully dishonest. Where is my money? Where is my money? I have 16 pieces of silver at the moment.
16. Okay.
I can break some gold, I suppose, if I needed to.
So you head to the blacksmith's, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So you head to the blacksmith's. He is actually working, even though it's a Saturday, because he's a blacksmith. So they kind of busy people, you know. And as I said, you have actually. Where is he bloody gone? You have met him before.
Saturday's fine. It's only on
Monsieur-
Sunday,
yeah,
you're supposed to
Monsieur,
look.
Augusta Levine. So going in, he sees us finishing off on what looks to be a sickle blade. As you come, he says, "Oh, bonjour, mademoiselle. How may I help you today? You're not looking for me to make armor again, are you?"
No,
Okay.
no. I do need some modification on my halberd.
Why? This
And
is a fabulous weapon. I could
point out oh yes, it was given to me by my uncle. And no, what I do need you to do is, though, I need a silver coat, the halberd, please.
You want a coating of silver along the haft as decoration?
No, along the blade, so it can hurt certain creatures.
And Joe, and he blesses himself as you say, like, what devils are you fighting that you need silver?
Well, we're not sure. We're not sure, but it looks like there may be certain creatures around that are susceptible to silver.
Okay, well, how much? Like, do you have an ingot or like?
I don't know if I can balance some off you, but I have silver coins. That's all I have on me.
How much?
16 pieces. I can break some.
Mademoiselle, I think I would need. I probably need probably more like 20, 25 pieces of silver to put.
Leave it with
That
me.
would
I
be
go
enough
and
for, that would.
you don't have change, do you, for gold coin? For gold coin?
I don't know. Just give me a moment, please. And he heads over to a little bench thingy where he obviously keeps his money. He says, "I'm sorry, mademoiselle, I have his 3 silver and
Don't
2
worry.
coppers."
Don't worry. And I'll run out to the haberdashery, buy some things, and break a gold.
Okay, so yeah, you do that. You come back to him and you give him the 20 silver. And he says, "Now this will, just so you're aware, this will be a temporary effect. Silver.
Oh yeah.
It's a very soft metal.
I know.
I can coat the edge with it and give it an edge, but well, after probably, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 uses, it will start to chip and work.
I know. We'll have to have Albert enchanted at some stage, but for now, I am well aware. But for now, it'll have to do. It'll be better than nothing.
I can have this done for you by. I can have this done for you by. I'm assuming this is urgent. I will have this done for you by this evening. Come back
That's brilliant. That's
3
brilliant.
hours.
That's brilliant. And I just, surreptitiously pat Albert's, and I go, "It's okay.
Right.
Mama's gonna be back to you."
Okay, right. So, Aminata, how long do you spend with Costas?
What time would we have gone into the forest?
Early. It was probably, by the time you got to the forest, it was probably a little afternoon.
I'd say maybe about 6 hours or so.
Okay, right. Gwen and Sylvia, you're in the forest for about an hour or so foraging, and then you found whatever you could find. Sylvia, you're very frustrated. You're just unable to find anything this time around.
I can't make a fresh roll or something.
Make a what?
Fresh roll or something.
Can you justify why you should be allowed to make a fresh roll?
No, I just
it's just it was an unlucky
I'm trying to remember. It's level 6. I get to re-roll perception, isn't it? Or sorry, awareness.
I believe at level 6 you will be able to re-roll awareness checks in natural surroundings like a forest. Yes.
Maybe she takes a bit of time to meditate and siphon off some of that frustration to hone her focus.
This is the thing. There are actually spells that druids have access to that might help her, but she doesn't know these spells
at that time. Fair.
Things like if you were using a spell like Commune with Nature and spending mana on that, I might say, okay, you can reroll, but you don't have.
Can I spend a bit of mana on Lesser Bless to give myself a +3?
Yeah, okay, right. I'll allow that.
Okay.
You tap into your connection with the natural divine, and you bless yourself and give me a fresh roll.
Roll well.
Oh, jeez, well, all right. So it's plus. Oh wait, that's a 21 because I have a +6, so it's 18, and then +3 is 21.
Okay, well that's completely different. So with a 21, you have enough materials to, in theory, make 2 greater healing tinctures or 3 standard healing tinctures. Okay.
I will make 2 greater.
Well, we'll see how you do when you actually roll. For
oh God. Okay.
So, right. So you two head back to the.
I actually would like to call into Juliet.
Oh God. Okay.
It has to be done. It has been
no,
too long. It has to be done. You can go on ahead, Sylvia. I'm not going to be long. I'm just
I am going to keep walking. Yeah. So I will see you at the inn, and
Yeah, I won't be long behind you. If I don't turn up, send help.
I will walk slowly.
And don't forget, Mina has the other half of the lodestone. So
If Aminata
if Aminata
doesn't-
is not back by tonight, we'll have to go find her.
I think she'll be okay.
Well,
Something tells me she'll
so,
be fine.
Right, so Sylvia, you head back to Cherville, and Gwyn, you head to the
Oh,
Castelli.
God.
Detour.
Oh my
Mhm.
God.
So it's about lunchtime. You knock on the
Yeah.
door.
Do I want to knock on the door? Can I do minor illusion to maybe like send something up to her window?
You
I know, I'm afraid of her dad.
You don't know where her window is.
Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna knock on the door. Do I see her anywhere? Chicken coop
Spike the
or...
bullet and do it.
No, you
Okay. I'm gonna knock on the door.
don't. You knock on the door. You hear footsteps, and a moment later, the door opens, and
Ugh.
Father Jean
Oh no.
Castellian is standing
sick.
there, tall, imposing, and as soon as he sees you, his face darkens.
Good afternoon, sir.
Bonjour.
I was wondering if I could just speak to Juliet here on the doorstep for a moment.
I will see if she wants to talk to you.
Thank you.
Mm.
And you can smell.
I don't know why his
food.
face is dark and
Scary.
He forgot what he fucking wanted.
You're pretty sure that you've interrupted them having their afternoon lunch.
Oh, Jesus.
And because you hear the sounds of the brothers like, oh, Juliet, it's your girlfriend. And then you hear a smack and a cry out from the young lad.
Oh, God.
As you hear the
Oh, no.
voice, and he's like, Juliet, I don't care if you deserved it. Do not hit your brother like that. And there's there's really a growl in the mother's voice when she says that. As Jean calls back, Juliet, there is somebody here who wishes to talk to you, but you do not have to talk to them. And you hear footsteps when she says, it's okay, mon père, I will talk to her. And coming up to the door, arms crossed, looking at you with, her beautiful green eyes that always just like you were lost in, but they look like she wants to skin you alive.
Mm-hmm.
Juliet, you are fairer than ever. I am so sorry to interrupt, but it's been too long since we spoke, and honestly, I'm not here to take up too much of your time, but I am here to apologize. I didn't do right by you. It's a crazy story. You may not believe me, but I just wanted to say I'm sorry for what it's worth.
A crazy story. Try me. How crazy?
An elf, puppet, magic, wooden statues. It's a really long story that I'd love to tell you over a drink.
No, you can tell me now. Are you telling me that you were bewitched by the magic of an elf and charmed?
It's close. There was an elf who had bewitched Juliet's brother and was keeping him in a cottage in the woods, along with former Justine. Oh God, I keep doing that. Freudian slip. Justine's brother, and was keeping him in a cottage in the forest, along with former lovers of hers and pets and all sorts of things. She came into the inn one evening, and I decided I would initially slip a lodestone onto her, and we could try and follow her and figure out if she was the one who had in fact entrapped him, but it didn't work out that way. I couldn't get the lodestone on her, so I decided to try to charm her, and it worked. And we went back to her cottage and we spent the night together, but it meant that we got Justine's brother out of there safe and sound. And I know that's not fair, on you, but I did what I had to do at the time, which now sounds crazy.
So let me get this straight. You knew of this elf, and you knew that she had Justine's brother, yes?
Yes.
So you went with her to her home so you could free him, yes?
Well, it was more to find out if he was there at all, and if she was the one who
And
had
then
entrapped
when
him.
you found out that he was there, instead of leaving and telling your friends and organizing a rescue, you decided to spend the night.
Yeah. I mean, at that stage, I felt like I couldn't leave without blowing our cover, but I suppose that's beside the point at this stage.
Did she suspect that you were there for Justine's brother?
I'm honestly not sure. I feel like she may have been a step ahead of me the whole time. But at the time, it was the choice I made, and it might not have been the right one.
So, Gwyn, you can give me a charm roll with persuasion
Okay.
at disadvantage.
Okay.
Can I give?
No, you can't. Absolutely
Right.
not.
Oh,
That was a 12. And I have a charm of 2, persuasion of 1, so that's 15.
-5 is a 10.
Is a 10. Great.
You're the first person I ever let close to me. You're the first person I'd ever kissed. You're the first person I ever thought I wanted to be close to and do more than kiss. And at the first opportunity, you lay with a pretty elf. You can say whatever you want about your friend's brother and your masterful plan to be the great hero, but you and I both know that you're an intelligent and clearly cunning woman who could have found a way out of there if she wanted to. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must return to my family. And she closes the door.
Oh, dang.
it was better than I
Okay.
expected, to be honest.
Yeah, she didn't hit me.
And her dad didn't maul you on the
Her
doorstep.
dad didn't murder me, so, it was fine.
Yes.
Everything's fine.
Mm-hmm. So,
Okay.
you.
I just, head back to the village.
Her heart, you
Sylvia's
bitch.
Oh, I
Sylvia's
know.
walking along really slowly, just kind of looking at flowers, seeing what's growing, and
Yeah, you're like deliberately taking your time, so Gwyn does catch up with you. Like, not straight away, but within about 30-40 minutes, Gwyn, of you going back onto the road, you can see Sylvia ahead of you.
Okay, I'll catch up with her.
So,
Well, I'm alive. That's
Good.
something.
so
Are you all right?
I suppose. I feel really, really bad.
Well, you hurt her very badly.
Yeah.
You
I
broke her
know.
heart. And a broken heart is going to take time to heal. Trust me.
right. So,
Yeah.
yeah, you guys have as much and as deep a conversation as you want heading back to Cherville. And then when you get
Okay.
back, I assume you ask Mary if you can use her kitchen to try and make some tinctures, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, you go into the kitchen to make some tinctures.
Oh.
Well, Sylvia is going to make, benevolent healing tinctures to preserve life. So, Sylvia, do you want to give me your... So this is a herbalism roll, this is intellect, okay?
Okay. I might just cast
You
Lesser
could cast
Bless
Lesser
again.
Bless again on you as well. Definitely would recommend you casting Lesser Bless, giving you that bonus +3.
Yeah, so it's a +3 roll, is it?
No, it's not a +3. It's lesser bless gives you.
No, my charm, which is 3. Sorry, but I'm saying herbalism. So +2 +1.
Oh
that's
yeah,
+3.
apologies. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's so it's a +6 basically. Is yeah. That was my question. I was just double checking my mods
Apologies. Yes.
because obviously I'm not adding bushcraft.
No, not for this.
Oh no. So that was, what's the target number?
What did you roll?
I got a 13.
So for greater healing tinctures, the target number is a 17.
Okay, I'll soak it. Fuck it.
So
I want to do it.
Be 8 points.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, and I believe, how many did I say you could make? Was it 2 or 3?
2.
2.
3 standard.
3 standard. Thank you. So you make. This takes you like 2 hours. No, actually more like 2.5, maybe 3 hours, because there's 2 of them. But you now have 2 greater healing tinctures. Okay.
Yes.
So these are a bit better than the standard healing tinctures that you had before, because the standard healing tinctures, as you know, is
So totally no.
Yeah, the standard healing tincture is 1d6 +3. Okay, whereas the greater healing tincture is 2d6 +6.
2d6. Plus 6. 6. I'm just writing that down because I will not remember.
So.
Okay. Cool. That's great.
So Gwyn. You wanted to
do 3 poisons, hopefully.
We'll see how we get on.
Yeah. Right. That is a 16 plus my. What am I adding to this? Intellect?
Herbalism and intellect.
Yeah. So that's a 5. 16 plus 5, 21.
Okay. So you make 3 doses of poison, which, if ingested by someone with a fortitude of 3 or less, will kill them.
Jesus.
Okay.
She rolled high, 21.
Yeah. Your one is coming for dinner, isn't she?
Marie, you did invite.
Yeah, Gwyn invited. Oh god.
So,
okay.
you're just finishing up here when Mina, you get back to them. You've been out busy all day, and you just got back from the blacksmith's, having given him Albert. When you see Gwyn and Sylvia coming out of the kitchen area, Sylvia carrying 2 little glass vial tinctures that she reuses. You can see, she's made some healing tinctures. Gwyn,
she looks pretty rough.
Gwyn doesn't. Yeah, she looks like she's pretty tired. She looks quite exhausted from this. Gwyn, just chilling. So yeah.
I actually have something for you all. And I swear this is the last thing. God, I'm really trying to make up for past mistakes here. And I'll hand a vial each to Aminata, Mina, and Sylvia.
Not there. Aminata's still.
Oh, of course. How could I forget? Okay, I'll save that one for later. And I'll just, like, it comes with a warning. Buyer beware. Like, this stuff is really powerful. Only use it if you really need to, if you're in dire straits.
So you're giving them the talk.
What's that, a healing potion?
No, Mina, Jesus Christ, no. Oh, sorry. I know that's blasphemy too. No, it's a poison. So only use it if you really need to. It will probably kill someone. But look, it's always good to have.
This would easily kill the average man.
Yeah. You never know when you need something like this.
Does the vial look distinctly different than the ones that Sylvia uses for her potions?
The vials look.
Yes, because they are the little glass.
They look
ones.
like the little glass vials that women put expensive perfumes into. You know, the little ones that you'd have?
Yeah.
Round ones with the little dropper thing.
Yeah.
That's what they're in. So they're completely different too.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I put it in my pocket, say thank you very much.
They're custom-made glasses. But listen, only use it if you really need it. And cover your tracks well is all I can say, because you could get in big trouble for using this.
So basically, it's a small, it looks like a perfume vial with like wax over the cork to keep it secure. So very distinctly different from the little glass bottles that you carry the standard the healing tinctures in. Okay.
Cool.
Hope you never need it.
Would
but you
hate
might.
for in the middle of the heat of battle to
So yeah,
take the wrong way.
so Mina, you notice that Amanat is not around.
Then,
I mean, that is still singing. I suppose, yeah.
well, she might be. If she
Hope
doesn't
so.
come back soon, we will need to go looking for her. But she has the lodestone, so
Well,
Mhm.
tonight is a full moon. I'm just saying she better be coming home while it's not dark.
okay.
Because, and I tell them everything I've heard.
Oh dang.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't know what
Well,
to say. This
In that
is
case, Ben,
horrifying.
you should take one of these. It's a healing potion because that's what I make. No judgment, but
That's what I
both
make.
both useful in different ways.
exactly.
All gifts from Mother Nature.
Yeah, well, useful in the heat of battle, and
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really useful.
Good. So yeah, that's the story now. So I get Albert is getting a silver coat.
Oh,
Oh.
amazing. Wow. I can't wait to
That's
see Albert
great.
when he comes back.
That's very clever.
We need all the help we can get. I have never encountered one of these before.
Oh,
It
they're
sounds like
very,
such a
very
nightmare.
dangerous. And if you get bitten,
You turn into one. Oh, put me down, please, if that happens.
Yeah, I think I would like to also have that agreement if I become bitten and you are sure there is no cure. Although if I become more
if I
powerful,
become bitten and main and become such a beast, and it's obvious that I become such a beast, and yes, I would
it is
maybe
a curse.
use the present that you gave me.
It is a curse that I could remove in time if I was to become more powerful, but
what do you lose of yourself in that time?
I don't know how long it's going to take me to learn. Isn't that woman Marie coming to the inn, or did she say she was for sure?
Oh yeah, maybe we should go and escort her.
I think so. I mean, look, if we need to find Amanat, Mina, you and I can go, and Sylvia, you can show the Book of Shadows to Marie, and I'll pass it over. I'll run up and get it and pass it over to you.
Okay.
And keep her entertained.
And I may show her some spells myself, and yeah. Oh,
What time is it getting? Is it starting to get dark?
No, it's only about 5:30.
Okay.
So Amanat,
yeah, but it's February, so that means it's fucking dark at 4 o'clock.
But we're in France.
It's not Ireland.
It's not Ireland.
So,
that's true.
So
that's
Amanat,
true.
about 6 o'clock, you're like getting pretty tired.
Definitely dark.
Costas is not getting tired at all. You have never met a man with this kind of stamina.
Yay!
Yeah, it's like, you're now seeing what he meant by having a reputation.
Okay. I'm actually going to start weighing up. Should I go home or stay the night?
If you don't, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I know. I have no way of contacting you.
Nope.
So
if that Luke Garou doesn't get you, yeah, we will.
Very, very, very true. Okay, so once I start getting tired, I'm going to, I suppose, roll over to Costas or something. I don't know. And I'm just going to say, oh, my dear, I've had such a wonderful, wonderful time. I cannot express my joy right now. But my friends are definitely waiting for me, and I told them I would be back this evening. However, if you are open to more, I suppose, more dalliances, I can always come back.
Of course. Have you kept the flower?
Oh, yes.
Well,
I still have it.
You know how to find me, my dear. Before you go, let me give you some refreshments. And he gets up and he goes over to a table and he pours some gold and amber liquid and he hands you a clay cup. And
Ooh,
he starts drinking himself.
and what is this?
Oh, it's just a little something.
Mm,
And you can smell a honey-like smell from it.
Oh, it's probably
Oh,
me. Then.
me.
yeah. Okay. I'm gonna trust him. Listen, I've already fucked the dude, so might as well. And I'm gonna drink the mead.
It's some of the sweetest mead that you've ever had in your life. And as you drink it, you just feel invigorated. It's like it's restorative, nearly. So your heart calms down. Your strength comes back to you. Your hip joints relax.
Yeah, so
Oh,
you
that-
can walk straight.
I was actually thinking to myself, I was like walking out that far, it's fucking bow-legged. I'm just going to be like, oh, now why didn't you say you had such a wonderful tonic sooner?
Well, I didn't know if we were going to have a second round.
My dear, it's been almost 6 hours.
Well, yeah.
Most people would consider that at least 4 or 5.
I have a reputation.
I can see that, and I must say I will definitely add my praises to that reputation of yours, for I will definitely be back.
I look forward to it, my dear.
But I must be away. My friends are probably quite concerned as it is. However, they do have a way of finding me if needs be. I know it is a full moon this evening. I have my own feelings about something that could potentially happen, and it actually might have been a bad decision to come tonight.
Well, it's a
What
few
to do?
hours. You'll be back to Sheffield in 2 hours. It will not have gotten dark yet.
Okay, that is quite reassuring. I must get dressed. That Amnat is just going to very quickly, nimbly pull on layers and layers.
Yeah.
And just check pocket to see the flowers still there. I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
And the lodestone.
Yeah.
And the lodestone down the rest of my
And
meat.
do her walk of, I had a really fucking good time and I
A
had no shame
great
about
time.
So, yeah,
Pride of pride.
You get back to Sheffield at about 8 o'clock in the evening. The rest of you guys are getting a bit worried when you see Amanada walking in. Okay.
Oh, thank God.
I'm gonna be glowing.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely glowing.
And,
Gold shining from the inside.
So
Wow.
So
I'm impressed.
actually, a moment after Amanada walks in, you see Marie Toussaint walking in as well, and she's walking around, and she sees.
Well,
she sees
Amanada, Mina, maybe we should get a drink. And
Yes,
Amanada, you
yes,
can tell us
very
all
good
about
idea.
Costos.
Oh, absolutely. I know I'll definitely tell you all about it. I'm not sure about our dear innocent Mina. I'm pretty sure
was this the satyrs that you met?
Oh yes, Costas. Well, I think he may have ruined quite
Other
a
men
few-
for you. Yeah.
I've never felt so thoroughly I
Yeah.
suppose I've never felt so limber in my life, and
I heard similar talk of some ex-girlfriends of brothers of mine. Yeah.
yes, I am quite. I wouldn't say I'm in love, but I'm definitely in lust.
Mm.
Ooh.
So, turning to
you're
Marie.
saying this, Marie is she's blushing.
So, Aminata went into the forest to meet a friend that she made there the other day.
Oh, pardon, my dear. I'm quite. I don't really have a lot of shame when it comes to, I suppose,
Why should you?
instincts of the body. Exactly, it's quite natural.
There's nothing to be ashamed of. Okay.
Very true. So, but I know others are not as forthcoming as I am. So I apologize, and I'm going to.
Well, that's
We
sure.
go and get a drink and I'll
Like, you
drag.
tell us all the details.
Exactly.
all
I'll
the
drag
details.
Aminata and Gwyn away and let Marie and Sylvia.
Come on, Mina. It will
Well-
be a good life lesson for you. It's about time.
So Marie.
Oh, I grew up on the farm, don't you? Yeah.
Oh my God! What are
And
you
I have
doing?
5 brothers, and some of them are really. Oh,
Marie turns
Oh,
to
so
you.
not as innocent as let on.
Marie turns to you, Sylvia. So, will we sit down? We have some food. You could tell me a bit more about your magics. You said that
Yes.
you had
Okay.
a book in Elvish.
You have the book.
Oh, yeah. So this is the book that Finn was talking
You
about.
actually need to run up to the room and get it because you're not carrying this
No.
with the shadows around you at all times.
no, Gwen
Gwen
gave it
did
to her.
earlier.
Oh,
And
did
gave
Gwen
it
run
to
up
me.
and get it? Okay, right. So,
Yeah,
okay,
Gwen gave it to
okay,
her.
so you sit down and she starts to, you sit down, you have some food, and she's slowly looking through it, and she's like, okay, so my Elvish is a bit rusty. I can mostly understand this, but I don't understand it at the same time. You know?
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
It's like if you were to give me a book that was
About engineering and
exactly, if you were
machines.
giving me a book written by an engineer on the engines of a locomotive, even though I can read it, doesn't mean I understand it. If that makes sense.
Oh, yes, I understand.
So
Perhaps
I mean,
this is folk magic. It's not.
So I'm looking at this first one here, and it's saying something about, I don't know, it's like a mirror of night or a mirror of shadow. And
Okay.
It looks like some sort of. It looks like it's trying to describe some sort of a magic whereby you use. But I don't know if I'm understanding this right. It's calling it a mirror of shadow
Okay.
to see afar.
Oh.
But
Oh, it's a. I know there are some areas of magic where you can use reflective surfaces to see things far away.
Oh, I see. Well, I mean, this is certainly one of them. And then, so like basically, she sits there down with you, and she's gonna try and go through what she can understand. While Amanada goes into as much graphic detail as she wants about her afternoon with the satyr.
I'll also tell Aminata about our loup-garou problem that we're having.
Yes.
Oh, and I'll give Amanada the last poison.
Oh.
With all the warnings.
Yes.
Just quick. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, when Mina starts telling me about the Luhu, I'm just going to be like, "Ha! I told you days ago. I told you ages ago, and you. I don't think you believe me, but ha! You see."
Well. Anyway.
Is Marie's not trying to do any? She's not trying to flirt with Sylvia at all. Obviously.
Give me this would be an awareness roll.
It goes woo over here.
Yeah, no, probably would. And even if it.
You don't.
Oh
have
wait,
empathy, you
no.
don't have behaviorist, so this is just straight awareness. What did you get?
So I only got an 11. Sylvia doesn't fucking.
You have no idea.
She's just chatting to her, and like when she's gone through the spells.
Yeah, so she describes a couple of spells. One spell that appears to make it. She says if she understands it right, you can detect when somebody's lying to you. Another spell that allows you to locate where a person is.
Okay.
Okay. There's.
Oh shit.
She describes another spell that looks like it allows you to create a doll to inflict injuries on another person.
Okay.
And another spell, the last one that she says would make a person think you were their greatest and oldest friend.
This spell was used on Gwen.
Oh, so there we go. So you spent a good 45 minutes, hour over this, and Mina, Amanat, and Gwen used as well.
I'm gonna get her a drink as well because
you hear.
No, but I'm also gonna get her a drink because
I said okay, and
then. I think we invited her for dinner, so we need to give her dinner.
Were having dinner while you were doing this, and then you hear a bit of ruckus and some cheering as walking into the inn Hunter extraordinaire, the legendary Philipe Du Bois, comes into the inn with the locals. So, he's here now, the savior of Cherville. He's like, greetings, folks. I just wanted to go and have a quick drink before I go out this evening to track that fell beast and kill it. Hopefully, I'll be wearing its pelts tomorrow.
Do you
I
need...
jump immediately up and gotta follow him because, like, did I collect Albert
You would have
already?
collected Albert while...
Cool. I'm go like, you know me, yeah, you're not without me, you're not.
And I will grab my stuff.
Yeah, he goes and he has a drink and he spends about half an hour in the inn chatting to everybody, and then he eventually, making a big song and dance of it, goes and leaves the inn.
I'm not making a big song and dance of it, but like I'm waiting outside for him.
Mm-hmm.
So Sylvia, you spotted that Mina has left the inn. Aminata grabs her stuff and looks like she's following Dubois. What's Gwyn doing?
Oh gods. I'll just come up to Sylvia and say, Sappho, save us from these fucking men, and just follow Mina out the door with all my gear.
When Marie hears Gwyn saying that, she gets a very strange look on her face.
Okay.
And like looking at Gwyn a bit like, you know, as I assume you have to go with your friends, yes?
I do. I don't want them to go alone.
Okay.
But we could talk. And we'll talk again, I'm sure.
I will duck in and throw the book back upstairs in the bedroom.
You throw the book upstairs, okay? You guys
and then run back down.
You see, Mina, you head off. Dubois doesn't even notice you. Not that you're being particularly...
I'm literally waiting outside, so as soon as he comes outside, I make myself known to him. Like...
Okay, yeah. But he didn't notice you when you were waiting outside.
No.
When you got... So you said, Bon,
you didn't think you gonna go do this alone, did you?
Well, I was going to, yes.
Yeah, they're very stupid.
I don't know. I've killed many a beast before.
Yeah, but not anything like this. None of us have.
Wow. I've killed other wolves.
Yes, but that's not just a wolf. You know that as well as I do.
If you want to come with me, my dear, you were a great help fighting the ogre, so I'd happily take your help again.
We're a great help. We're a great help.
You did as much damage with that axe as I did with my rifle.
I'd say like I did more than that.
Well, no, it's actually quite fair. He did a lot of damage to the ogre.
He did a lot of damage. Let's say like
you hate to admit
I could say you did nearly as much damage as I did with my halberd, and you were a greater help than these stupid gendarme people that you have.
Let us go, shall we? And as you're walking, you say, "So, are your friends going to join us, or they're going to sneak up on me?" Is the witch?
I'm pretty.
Is the witch going to try and turn me into a frog? I know she hates me.
I don't sneak.
You can tell he wasn't.
So you're not quite as stupid and oblivious to people as we thought. Yes, she doesn't like you at all.
Aminata's just going to be there, like, are we invisible or something, or?
No, let's go.
Very charming, as always.
Right.
And it just kept Albert and Trump.
Well, I'm glad we have Albert. What do you know? What does anyone know about these loup-garou? I don't know anything about them except for folktales.
Could I see if I know something?
I tell them what I know.
How do we fight them?
I do have Fey lore.
You can give me a Fey lore roll, yeah?
I also have Fey lore.
Yeah, you can also give me a Fey lore roll.
God damn it.
Can we turn it back? How does it work?
Yeah, anybody with Fey lore can give me a Fey lore roll.
I only got a 12.
So
I mean,
I 19 Fey lore. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna roll.
Okay, 19, Aminata.
I got a dirty 20.
Okay,
I rolled an 18 and I have a 2.
Aminata, I'm going to say that your knowledge of the loup-garou, it's, you know, with your role, I'm going to say, you know that people think it's like evil people, and you know that actually in France historically, when the rest of Europe was burning men and women as witches, in France they were burning men and women as werewolves. Okay, that was actually part of what caused Arcadia to annex the Alsace region where Strasbourg is. was because of targeting of Fey touched and claiming that they were werewolves. Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, you know that. You also would know with that role that if you get bitten by a werewolf, it doesn't automatically pass on the curse.
Mhm.
Younger werewolves that bite can't transmit the curse. It's only the older werewolves that are able to do that. And then you also know a lot about shapeshifters from Africa as well. You would actually know more about shapeshifters from Africa than the European ones. You know
Yeah.
a bit more than the average person, but you're not an expert. And Gwyn, I'm going to say that with that dirty 20, with your unnatural 20 roll, you would also know that it's not just a curse. That if your parents, it's kind of like being fatal. If your parents are werewolves, the children will be born werewolves as well. And also,
Coming back to me now.
yeah, and
Yeah.
also you would know that while certain magics have been said according to legend, it's not confirmed, but legends say that if you are bitten by a werewolf and cursed by it, certain powerful magics are said to possibly remove the curse. If you were born one, you that is who you are.
Can't.
You
Oh,
know.
okay.
So yeah, so that with those rolls, okay.
Okay,
So
just nobody get bitten.
so
Okay.
you head off with Du Bois, and he just talking about it. Says he reckons that these creatures are probably coming out of the forest. That's the logical thing. They are they're not just monsters, or rather, being monsters. They are magical in nature. You know, the fact that they can turn you with a bite shows they have a magic. Okay, so
Well,
yeah.
not all of them can turn you with a bite, and it's not true that all of them are monsters either. That is a very backward prejudice to have.
Well, I don't really care if the creature's trying to bite me and kill me. I'm going to treat it like a monster.
Well, I
Yeah.
suppose
So
then to the creature you probably want to.
all
Fair.
men are, and he keeps
Oh,
going.
very true.
So like he's not even arguing with you here. He's like, yeah, I don't.
Well, you know, we did kill the ogres that was killing,
So
Yeah.
you know, so.
so he's leading
If
you
it
into the
is
direction.
attacking me,
Yeah, if exactly. He says if he's leading in the direction generally of the forest, but then he goes off towards the like out into the farmlands. Okay, he says, so I know some of the farmers in the area, and obviously they're all putting their sheep into pens, their animals into pens to try and keep them safe from these creatures. I mean, it wasn't that big. That's the only thing. So who knows? Maybe
if,
maybe
do you think it's a young one?
maybe it could be a young one. It wasn't that tall, you know. So that's
Mm,
kind of what I'm hoping. And if it is, it'll be easier to
mm.
capture, you know, and dispose of.
Mm.
But we'll see how we do anyway. And
Well, we walk along like, in the moonlight.
uh-huh.
Is it a clear night,
Clear
is it?
night, you can see really well. Even
I
the humans
will
can see well.
I will admire the glow of Albert.
Yes, and Albert is glinting, especially with the silver now in the moonlight. Okay, so it's
I'll be
He's
almost
like,
so shiny!
she's so
it is.
pretty.
It's almost like the edge, the blade of the head is actually glowing. You know, as it catches the moonlight.
You're basically like foraging Andoril
Yes,
at this
pretty much.
stage.
So gorgeous, like,
Oh,
look
so
at him, so
So
good.
pretty.
use
I love it.
Du Bois is leading you across some fields for a while, and he suddenly stops at one point. He's sniffing, and he looks down. He says, "Oh, I think I found something," and he points at what looks to be fresh blood on the grass.
I go down and I'm like, oh wow.
What is it?
Killed. A creature was killed, and it looks like, and he points off,
Oh.
dragged off, and he does actually have a bullseye lamp with him as well,
Oh, great.
because he's not fey touched, but to help.
I'll have my little fairy globe out
And
if I
even
need
though he's a complete idiot, he's actually good at what he does,
He
you
is
know.
exceptionally good hunter and tracker. He says, "Okay,
Mm.
so it was led off in this direction."
Begrudgingly, you have to give him that.
Mm.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he leads you off, and you're traveling on for a bit, and you're sort of about maybe 1.5 to 2 kilometers from the forest when you notice that a little stream cutting across through a field, and he says, "Okay, I think we're definitely getting close. This blood is definitely fresher."
Okay.
Still warm.
Let's continue on this way. And he points off, and you see there's like the field ahead of you. That there's a cluster of small trees in the middle of the field. Okay, and he says, "I think I spot something." And as you move closer, you can see hunched down this form, hunched over something. And as you see the moonlight hits it, and you get a little bit closer, you're about like 30-40 meters from it, you can see this, what looks to be, at first glance looks like a wolf, but its body is slightly the wrong shape, you know, that appears to be eating a sheep.
Oh no.
Okay? And Du Bois taking out
No!
the rifle.
No, wait. I would really
goes and
prefer if we
cocks
didn't
it.
kill it.
Well, what? We
Well-
have to kill it. You see what
What?
it is.
Well,
Can we
it,
at least-
it also could be an unfortunate child, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's magic that can reverse this, surely. I mean, maybe aim
Not
for
if
its
they're
leg or
not if
something.
not if they were
Not if they're
born.
born with it.
But but just because you're born like this doesn't mean you're necessarily a monster. Yes, unfortunately, something. Yes, they kill cattle. At least it's not one of the villagers. Can we at least be a bit more level-headed about this?
Yes,
Well-
and we should try to find out who it is before we just dispatch it. It could be a villager.
I'd rather not wait until one of my neighbors is killed by this creature.
Mm.
Because that's
I-
what happens if who are you to risk the lives of those around us?
True.
Oh,
But
he's
who are
not
you to
wrong.
But who are you to take the life of another sentient creature?
We killed an ogre.
We killed an ogre,
was
we
sentient.
killed
You
lots
killed
of
that,
they are also
you
they're all
know?
sentient.
So,
But the ogre didn't have a chance of turning back into one of the villagers or one of the villagers' children.
no, but the ogre,
We should at least find out who it is.
But this creature has just as much of a chance as the ogre of killing a villager's child, and I'm not going to take that risk as he raises the rifle again.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
And he goes.
I mean, I hate it, but he is not wrong.
The urge-
Oh,
Ah!
He shoots. I
Oh no.
just realised I don't actually have a stat block up. Just give me one moment, please. Apologies.
I would like to fireball his gun, please.
Well, that's going to be an opponent's roll. So,
why?
okay, so.
Because he's not listening to us.
Yeah,
Aminata's right.
Well, I'm on his side, sure, you know.
right,
I think like you think the same.
Okay, that's going to be.
Gonna fireball me as well.
So, because of what you're trying to do, you're trying to use.
Just a gentle zap. I'm gonna actually
well-
use my cantrip. I'm gonna use my
Oh, okay,
cantrip
so
just
you try to use the cantrip to distract him, okay? And I'm gonna say actually that gives him this advice. So you send off a shard of sparks up in his eyes, and as he's about to fire, and he cries out and he pulls back, and he misses because of that, because he would have hit. But I'm gonna say that causes disadvantage, and the shot fires, and the creature suddenly looks up at you all, growling, and it gets up, and as it does, leaping out of the shadows on two sides, two more creatures appear. The first thing you saw was definitely smaller, okay? Maybe about 150 centimeters, okay? But these other two are definitely taller, 175, 180, and then another one's like 195 plus, okay?
Is it two?
Yeah,
three.
Two more have appeared. So there's now
Two
three.
more appear.
So the slightly short, the tall one, it's incredibly powerfully built, muscular body,
That's pure Castilian, I'm telling you.
What did I say?
This darker, rugged hair, and
Player
these
knowledge.
startlingly blue eyes. Not the
Oh,
wolf,
yeah,
and
that's
then the
Castilian.
slightly smaller, slender one
Blue eyes.
with these
Green.
beautiful green eyes.
Oh,
And
no.
they look furious at the third one having been attacked. But I think that it's quite late, and this is a perfect place to pause in our story. Thank
No.
you, everybody, for joining us and staying with us so late. This is also our last stream until July. We're taking a break for the month of June because we're all on holidays at various different weeks. So we will see you all again in 4 weeks' time. Remember, you can find us on social medias. We are on Twitter at Fey Earth, on TikTok at Fey_Earth. You can find our products at Fey-Earth.itch.io. Link is in the chat. We also have a Patreon now where you get fun content, monthly interviews with our players, behind the scenes stuff, as well as monthly stat blocks and magic items, and it's a great way to support us so you can enjoy this content. But yeah, beyond that, hopefully talk to you all soon. We will still be active on socials, so make sure to say hi to us there, and good night all, and we shall talk to you soon. Bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye.